Hey!
Hi!
Welcome to Scripts and Giggles with Shoshanna
And Marnie. What if we just sat here for like 5 minutes and say anything?
in absolute silence. Because usually I would have like a question, but I actually have nothing.
What have I got?
Actually,
How are you dealing with the cold?
That's...
Lovely weather talk on a podcast.
I
Everyone wants to hear
mean,
that.
we're in the UK. Perfectly honest, the struggle is real. I try and just stay at home as much as I can.
Can I say actually what is hitting me harder, weirdly?
Yeah.
Waking up in the morning and it's pitch black.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Yeah. There's some...
Come home and it's pitch black.
Yeah.
There is no sun all day. It's grey.
Yeah.
It's miserable. It's snowing.
Yeah.
It's raining.
Yeah.
I can't do this.
I didn't realise how much sunlight affects my mood, because I was like...
Seasonal depression.
I know, I was... Like early in the week, I woke up just feeling like a little bit down, and I looked outside, dark, pitch black. Next day, woke up optimistic. Sunlight. I was like, okay. I mean, I know it wasn't just because of that, but also it was a little bit mild. It wasn't like super cold, but and my hands sometimes can feel really, really cold. So I'm just like, yeah, I just hate this feeling of just like being cold. I don't like it.
It's awful.
But it's now making me think I need to go to a hot country, because there's times I've been to hot countries, not even in the winter, just on holiday. I come back, I'm glowing, my skin is clear, my brain is fresh.
Empty.
Yeah.
My brain is empty.
So maybe it's time for a holiday. And I keep on getting emails from British Airways, so...
Yeah, Eurostar keeps being like, come to Paris. I'm like, maybe I will. It's not going to be sunny there.
Oh, yeah, it won't be, yeah.
It will be a holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I make it through December, I should treat myself to the sun in Jan.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
Definitely. Honestly.
We can't live like this.
Like we do every year.
No, but we're not built for this, guys.
I know.
We're built for sun. We're not built for these.
We're
not.
It's a lot.
I think the seasonal depression is your body being like, go home.
Yeah.
Go home.
Yeah, you are not naturally from here.
You shouldn't be here. This is not for you.
We know you're not from here, because when I went to Nigeria and my cousins and even random people on the street were like, you guys don't look like you're from here because you guys are pale. Which is actually so insulting. Yeah, because they're like, you guys look like you don't see sunlight.
We don't.
Yeah, but I felt...
But I never look pale, honey.
Yeah, I felt like a bit like, wow. The shades, because aren't we all black?
Yeah. But
then, even in my own land, I am still alienated.
Yeah, but you know, like, when you go on holiday, you get cooked.
I know, but
you come back. Every year, it was always so embarrassing to come back, like, to school after spending 6 weeks in Ghana and just being, like, a good 2-3 shades darker.
Yeah, you did come back dark. But you always...
I was in the sun.
Yeah, but you looked like... You look glow.
Yeah,
exactly. You were glowing.
I was the colour I was supposed to be, actually.
Honestly. Whereas we were just like, we had some sun. A bit.
Yeah, to be fair, this is the first time I've ever I noticed, like, oh yeah, I am quite pale. Like, me and my sister are the, like, same colour, well, same hue, whatever.
Yeah.
And obviously she's been in Ghana for a while, so, like, she is, like, a couple shades darker than me. And I was like, next to you, I probably do look pale and pasty. I look sickly, putty in the sun.
But when you came back, like, you looked, you were darker, but you also, like, the glow. The glow is
the sun
unreal.
was inside of me.
Honestly.
And I was floating.
The vitamin D really is for real.
It is for real. And my mood has dipped significantly. Help me.
It's not even funny, but true.
It's actually not funny. You have, in talking about this, has raised a really good point. All people with dark skin, go to your doctors, get some vitamin D supplements. Yeah. You need them. Yeah. Actually, you actually do need them. And especially at this time of year. Yeah. I will be doing it. We can do it together, friends. Raising a campaign. Get your vitamin D
up. Yeah, because I feel even more tired during this times of the year. I just feel like, where's the sun? And I want to be close to the sun. That sounds really weird. I want to like sunbathe, but it's also so cold. So
cold.
What's the point?
Yeah, even when it is sunny outside, you're like, it's freezing. Yeah. I don't want to be here. And I'm wrapped up, so I'm not even getting the D.
Okay.
Well, some of us can get the D even when they're wrapped up.
Oh, wow. Okay. Whatever floats your boat.
It's called taking your vitamins.
Yeah, your vitamin D vitamins. That's the only D we're talking about.
Well, Anyway. The shoe fits.
Anyway, when I go outside, like, I literally automatically always have my hood up.
Damn.
Not because I'm a ghetto,
that's
but
hood.
That's your hood. No, I grew up in the hood, but I'm not hood. I'm hood adjacent, as I mentioned.
You never have been.
But also my hood's got so much like really warm lining, so I just feel like get it in my ears.
This afternoon I went out without my headphones and I was like, my ears are cold. And I realised my ears are never cold because I always have my headphones.
Yeah, true.
They keep me warm. They're basically earmuffs.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, the only good thing about this period and this time of year is like Christmas is coming and all that fun stuff. Because I've never experienced Christmas in heat.
Explain.
I've never experienced Christmas in a warm country.
Yeah,
let's just say that because that's something really.
You have experienced Christmas in the heat.
I hate you. But now we should just go to pop culture news now. Let's do it. I just thought of a pop culture thing. I mean, it's not massive. I realised how much I appreciate Keke Palmer. She's currently promoting her new book or a memoir, which I don't know whether I would want to read. Maybe I'll borrow it from a library and then read it.
So you don't respect her then?
Oh, what? The library will buy it.
But you've bought other people's.
You say I should look at my small book collection.
You've bought other people's, but you won't buy Kiki's, but you admire her. Interesting.
Why
do you hate Keke Palmer?
I'm not I'm just trying to say, look, I'm trying to also be environmentally friendly.
Yeah.
By borrowing.
You can keep the book for generations, pass it on to your children, but you're saying it won't be worth passing on?
Anywho, I just like
Meanwhile, you've got a book called The Road Trip.
No, that one has yet to. I haven't read that one yet.
And you're going to keep that?
It's a library book.
Yeah, better be.
I'm not going to keep that. I'm taking it back if it's not good. It's from the same girl that wrote The Flatmate, the Flatshare, which was a TV show on Prime.
Why don't you just say what her name is?
Beth O'Leary.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But the same girl.
Same writer. Same author. Excuse me. Sorry. I'm trying to get back into reading.
As you should.
Yeah, it's actually been really fun to be in the fiction world. So I've read it. I usually read a lot of non-fiction.
Yeah, a lot of memoirs, interestingly.
Yeah. Okay.
But you don't want to read Kiki's.
I do want to read Kiki's, and I may buy it. Look, you may have to.
You want to support the girls.
I will be supporting the girlies. I'm gonna just listen to more of her interviews. I do want to finish one full interview she did with Club Shay Shay, the guy who interviewed what's that name?
Yeah, Shannon Sharp.
Shannon Sharp, that was it. And he interviewed something Williams, and he predicted Cat Williams, and he predicted everything that happens this year. But I just love the way that she has so much personality, so much energy. She's just so quick on her feet, and she has so many stories. And I think she'll talk a bit more about what happened with the ex-boyfriend, the one that...
Is he an ex?
I don't... It's rumours.
Is it confirmed that he's an ex? Does she say he's an ex in the interview? We don't know that for has she actually come out and said I'm not with this person?
She talked
anymore?
about the abuse. She did talk about the domestic abuse. So I'm taking that as an assumption that she's no longer with the guy.
Okay.
But you're right, it's an assumption. We do not know if it's true or not. But I am very keen to learn more about her story because I think she has a fascinating life. And I feel like we had a conversation one time about her that she gives auntie vibes because she has lived a long life, even though she's probably 35.
I don't even know if she's that old.
Yeah, we talked about this as well. She's young, but she had old soul.
I think she's the same age as us, or younger.
Oh.
I think she might be younger.
That's quite scary if she is. She's 31.
Yeah.
She's 31.
She's younger than us.
She's actually younger than us. And she has lived. So, one of the key things that she also talks about is that she was on a show called Scream Queens, and there was someone who was mean to her on set, which people are rumoured to be allegedly Leah Michelle, but we have to wait and see. So anyway, I just wanted to give that shout out to Keke Palmer, and I will probably buy her memoir, read it over Christmas.
Well, keep the listeners updated.
I will. If I do read it, I'll let you know. But again,
and if she doesn't let us know, we know that she doesn't support black women.
No, don't do that, because I'm in my fiction era. I love to read black authors.
So you think Keke Palmer's life is a fiction?
No, I'm in my fiction era, but I haven't yet. I will swing back to non-fiction very soon. But I just want to enjoy the world of fiction.
So you don't care about real black women?
Don't do that, because I read black authors. A majority of the authors you can see on that thing.
Tell the truth.
Majority of the authors that you see on that bookshelf are black.
Lessons in Chemistry?
No, you gave me that book and it's not. That one's an exception. But I also really enjoyed that book. No, that was, again, that's not that. No. But everyone else, I've got Barack Obama's one there.
Board of lunch?
No, I mean that was a.
Do you have any cookbooks by black? No, interesting.
I don't need a black cookbook because I'm black. We just come with our ingredients.
You heard
it's
it here
natural,
first, folks. She doesn't care about black chefs.
No, don't do
but
that.
She cares about white ones.
Anyway, we're gonna stop there
Call me this, call me that.
We're gonna stop there.
But what about Ainsley Harriott?
No, I will rep him. I've been watching him for how long? Whatever. You're actually an idiot because I'm actually bringing to pop culture news a story about a positive black woman, a positive black story in the media, and shut up. Just shut up. You're literally trying to stir something. Look, I'm just here to celebrate Keke Palmer for who she is, and when her memoir comes out, we'll talk about it, and hopefully there'll be some juicy things that we don't know, and we'll find out in the book.
Well, I would be reading it to learn some industry tips.
Yeah, sure.
Unlike you, I'm not looking for salacious gossip.
No.
I'm interested in hearing from a peer, a businesswoman.
Yeah,
not just trying to get juicy bits about her life.
No, I know she'll talk about the juicy bits, but also about the industry. Even in the interview, I saw her talking about the difference between Disney and Nickelodeon, where Disney, they're known for, selling the magic all the way through, from the story to the content to being on set, the marketing, whereas Nickelodeon just paid well. So
yeah, Nickelodeon looks like, here's somebody, do whatever.
Yeah, I feel like Nickelodeon may not be here in the next 20 years.
Damn.
I don't know, I'm predicting it.
I mean, yeah, MTV, Nickelodeon, like their fall off is... I don't know about Nickelodeon because I don't watch it as much, but the fall off of MTV going from being like the place to being like, what do they even show? Just catfish reruns.
Yeah, it's catfish, honestly.
It's crazy.
And I think in America they show a lot of ridiculousness, I think. Something like that on their
Yeah, shows. And awkward. Sad.
It's really, really sad. Like, I don't know what it represents. It's not music. And it's also because, like...
It's silly because you should, like... maybe I've never worked at channels, so I don't understand. Maybe the strategy is that way for a specific reason. But, like, they should have made Empire. Like, you're a music channel. Oh my god. Right? If you're going to go into scripted...
Yeah. It needs to be related back to the content.
You want the audience that you already have, right?
To stay. Yeah, I never worked at MTV, but that would have been a great idea.
Wow. MTV, too late now.
I'm so sorry. Because also it's dropped off so much, like there's nowhere else it can go. And it's not like it can go on the stream platform. The content that it has, no one wants it on the stream platform. Damn. Apart from like, I think it's on Paramount Plus because it's part of Paramount. Mm-hmm. But that's it.
Yeah, there's nothing on there that is appointment viewing.
Yeah.
Nothing on there that, would make someone subscribe specifically to a streamer. Like, I'm not going to get Paramount now because I heard MTV's on there.
Exactly. I'm sorry. Speaking of streaming platforms and appointment to view TV, did you hear about the Jake Paul and Tyson Fury?
Tyson. LOL, Tyson Fury, Mike Tyson.
Did you hear about the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight on Netflix?
Did hear about it.
I did not watch it.
I didn't watch it. I didn't care about boxing.
Yeah, neither do I. Sorry.
But I did see a clip of Mike Tyson's bare butt cheeks. And I said, I don't even know what's going on in the world anymore. Yeah. I'm going to leave. Why was he wearing chaps?
I have no idea.
What was
going on? I have no idea. And I saw another clip where he was being weighed, I think, and he was just trying to show how big his member was. This is a 59-year-old man. A 59-year-old man. But AKA also a convicted...
Literally, that's what I was going to say. What are we doing?
Yeah. To me, the whole thing didn't make sense. Jake Paul won, apparently. Oh, no, sorry.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, because he did.
No, but we didn't watch it.
Yeah, we didn't watch it, but we heard that he won. And then people were making jokes about the fact that Mike Tyson is 59 and Jake Paul is half his age.
Performed in a boxing match in years.
Yeah.
It was for money.
Yeah, of course.
And for Jake Paul to say that he built an ex-world champion. You didn't beat the world champion. You beat an ex-world champion.
From decades ago. Decades.
There is a great, while we're on the subject, because I feel very conflicted about Mike Tyson, like you said, a convicted rapist, but also a cultural figure, and at the height of his career, an incredible boxer. There is a very, very, very good biopic. I thought it was good, as a good piece of TV. And that also... told the story of quite a complicated character in I thought as respectful a way as you can.
Yeah.
On Disney, starring Trevante Rhodes.
What was it called? Was it about Mike Tyson?
Yeah, it's Mike Tyson's story. I think it's called
Tyson?
Mike.
Oh, okay.
It's only 6 episodes.
Oh, it's actually also a full series.
Yeah.
Okay.
Javante Rhodes is great in it. And there wasn't enough noise. Disney... figure out the lack of market. Like, it's actually very mad. No. Do you know what's crazy? It's like, you were, like, we're talking about MTV just now, Disney too, like, at a time, and in certain aspects of your business, you're a titan. How have you not figured out?
The streaming platforms.
I don't get it. Like, don't you have the money to hire, like, people who are the best at this? I'd be poaching people from Netflix. I'd be poaching people from wherever.
Yeah.
Why can't you market? Why are you spending money on shows that you then don't tell anyone about?
It's ironic.
It's not like Apple, where they're trying, like, that's become their whole brand now. It's like, we're just not going to talk about the shows.
Yeah, no, because Apple's
different.
Apple's marketing is, I mean, yeah, it's known when they don't talk about their shows, but they put millions into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, because I do know some people at Disney and their marketing team, and yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of bureaucracy in that company, and it just makes they are slow to do things, which is ironic because, like you said, they are the leaders in so many different areas. They have the biggest IP. Like,
literally,
Disney's IP surpasses Netflix. Like so much, because they have so much legacy and they do not leverage it.
No, they don't.
And I think maybe it's the whole idea, like, we're Disney. People will come anyway.
No, they won't.
They won't.
You guys don't understand that we are, like, at streamer fatigue. Like, I don't want any more subscriptions. No. I can barely wade through the shit on Netflix. I'm not coming onto here to do the same thing. Yeah. Just tell me what's good up top.
Yeah.
Tell me what's good up top, please.
Because I've had to, like, wade through different shows on Disney. I'm like, what shows do you have? Because I know you have the good shows. Like, especially some of the American, we've discussed. I don't watch a lot of UK shows.
Okay.
No, I love UK shows, but I don't watch loads and loads and loads of it. But I had to go through a period where I was, like, going through things on Disney, and I'm like, oh, you have Scandal. Oh, you have Ugly Betty. Oh, you have this. I even started watching English Teacher, which was like a sitcom.
Yes, yeah.
And it's actually, I only watched a couple of episodes. It was good. And they have that Abbott Elementary, but they're also so delayed. Like, I'm already starting to see spoilers.
Yeah, I'm trying not to,
but I know some of the bits and pieces. Some of the bits, I've seen a few things on TikTok. But why are you so behind?
And, like, I don't know how accurate this is because I heard it, like, secondhand, but Rivals, which has done really well in the UK, apparently hasn't done well in the US at all because they're not marketing it.
No. You know why? Because it's available on Hulu. Wait, is it on Disney Plus? Maybe it is Disney Plus, but I saw people.
So then shouldn't someone be marketing it? Like, if it's on Hulu, and that's the only way that American audiences can see it, then it's on Hulu to advertise it. Yeah, no? And it should Hulu is owned by Disney. Like, where is the syncing up?
No, because I watched Rivals. I actually really enjoyed it. It's a lot of sex.
I watched the first episode. I spoke to a colleague, and I was like, "Oh, can I watch this in the office?" And she was like, "Yeah." And then I didn't because I just ran out of time. Got home, and in the first literal 1 minute, there is a sex scene, and I was like, "You bear ass." I've been people would just be looking over me, being like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, it
pornography in the office.
It's really. I mean, I didn't realize how much sex until I watched episode 1. The start of episode 1, I was like, "Whoa." Then I went to read reviews, and I was like, "This is a romp fest." I was like, "Oh, okay. I don't know what I'm going into." And the story is there.
And specifically middle-aged sex.
Which that was the thing. Because
interesting.
The leader.
Because you don't really think of, like, things that are very sex-heavy as having that age group. Yeah, like, there's always, like, incredibly young, fit people. Yeah. Getting their hot, fit bodies out. Yeah. And this was not that.
No.
But it's definitely sexy.
Yeah. I mean, seeing David Tennant in the sex scene was not on my to-do list. 2024?
Was he too thin for you?
Yes, unfortunately. But also, the people that he was having sex with had body. I just feel like that wasn't on my to-do list. But I really enjoyed everyone's performances. Danny Dyer, I found some of these characters very endearing. Like Danny Dyer's character.
I actually love Danny Dyer. So.
I do. I've met him in real life. He is so, like, he is amazing. In person, his character, his personality...
he's a man of the people.
He really is. Honestly, we did a shoot with him, just so down to earth. made everyone feel so welcome.
We were talking about this in the office, and loads of people were like, oh, I don't like Danny Dyer. Like, I just find him really abrasive. I was like, I wonder if this is a class thing, in that, like, I have met several Danny Dyers. I grew up with several Danny Dyers, exactly. And so it's not abrasive to me. I think it's just straight talking.
Yeah.
But perhaps if you didn't grow up with those kind of people, he might seem very crass.
Maybe, yeah. But also, I feel like he's not here for the airs and graces. He does not care. Like, he is just...
Nor should you be.
No, and that's I think, may put some people against the wall. He's just very much himself.
Yeah, but I find it really interesting because there are posh shows that I find really abrasive. I don't like them. I don't find them charming, but other people would eat, like... Yeah. Straight out of their hands.
Oh, asshole.
Okay, I never said that. Okay, I didn't say that. But yeah, like, I'm trying to think about how people really like Tom Hiddleston. All of those, Tom Hiddleston, Benedict Cumberbatch, Eddie Redmayne, all of those people who are like, guess who went to Eton? It's like, I'm sorry, I immediately don't like you.
I've heard horrible
I don't think you're charming.
Yeah, Benedict Cumberbatch, I've heard horrible things about him. Like he is a...
felon.
Oh yeah, he is a slave owner.
Literally, what do you expect, guys? What do you expect?
Are we supposed to say allegedly to this?
No,
allegedly.
It's not alleged. It's not alleged.
When that girl said that my surname is Cumberbatch, I said, huh?
They own the plantation. It's not alleged.
Reparations.
Because it was in the newspapers.
Oh yeah, true, it was.
Saying that somebody is demanding specifically your family to pay their family.
We all have the same name, boo.
What's going on?
Yeah. That's actually quite terrifying. You with your surname, scary. Googling and finding out that some of your surname is in the other part of the world, and there's only one way that could have happened. Wow. Anyway, so I actually really enjoyed Rivals. They haven't yet announced that there's going to be a series 2.
Well, people are thinking because if it does well in the US, they'll definitely get a season 2, but it's not. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it is, but it's just. I do think. But also, a commission from the British office of a streamer should be treated and judged solely on its merit in that place, if that makes sense. Like if something's really popular in Netflix Brazil and it was commissioned by Netflix Brazil, but nobody else around the world is watching it, I don't think you should get to be like, cancel it. I
think that's how the metrics are. Or like you said, I completely agree. It should be like that for most streamers.
Yeah, the commissioners have talked about recently that they used to be you're commissioning local for global. Yeah, that was the term. Yeah. So it's a British story, but it needs to be able to travel, right? Yeah. That was a really, really big part of their strategy in the remit. Recently, it's turned into local for local. Yeah, where a show doesn't have to do well globally. But it has to do well in its market. Yeah. So something like Supercell, which is coming up when it was airing, number 1 in the UK. Yeah. That's the metric. That's the most important thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it is coming back for a season 2. We don't know how it did across the globe. Yeah. But it doesn't. It should, according to the mandate, shouldn't matter. Yeah. As long as it did well. Yeah. Where it was commissioned.
Yeah. Whereas something like Chaos, I think is like a global, maybe, or it was commissioned by the UK. Yeah. But that got cancelled. So.
And also, I think the problem with Chaos, again, I think the bigger problem with Chaos, and the problem with Supercell to an extent, but it wasn't as expensive, is Chaos was incredibly expensive to make. Like, no offense to any of the people in Supercell, but there's no way any of them cost as much as Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum's salary is combined.
Jeff Goldblum, Billy Piper, all of those names cost money. You're not getting them for free. Yeah. So just that alone, when it comes to recommissioning, what we think is the budget's going to go up. It's not going to go down.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So if it costs this much, and then the output was, okay, people watched it, but it wasn't Baby Reindeer.
No.
Where is the sense in commissioning it again? When with the money that we spent on Chaos, we could commission 3 more shows.
Yeah, true. It's true. Yeah, and it's a shame because you watched it.
I didn't finish it. I haven't finished it yet. I'm going to watch it over
Christmas.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't watched it. I don't know if it's like my bag, but I heard that it was like films, like it's like filmatology. Cinematography is incredible, and like it looks so visually like appealing.
It looks good. It's got a weird vibe. Yeah. I enjoyed it. I would definitely watch more.
But it just didn't get you to continue watching.
I think I was more so. I think the last couple of months for me has been me starting stuff and being like, I'll come back to that, and then someone saying you should watch this, and then starting that and being like, I'll come back to like just. So I have a lot of unfinished things that I'm looking forward to in the Christmas holidays, just finishing, being like, I have time, I can sit down and watch this, as opposed to like, oh, I need to watch an episode of this for work, I need to watch an episode of that for this project, and then you're not ever... And then when you find yourself like you've got free time, you're like, what am I watching now?
That's what I kind of have sometimes, where I'm like, the whole choice paralysis. There's so much stuff that I could watch, and I have free time, so I can watch it, but there's no desire or urge to do it now. So now I just go to comfort viewing. That's why I end up binging things like, we did a lot of Scandal rewatch, Ugly Betty I binged all the way through. Things that I've watched before have so much comfort and feels easier. Like it feels like the stakes are so much easier versus me going to be like, let me start a new show. Because like English Teacher, which is very much in a vibe, like I love comedies, sitcoms, 30 minutes, bish bash bosh. Like I enjoyed it, but I've only watched 2 episodes, and I don't even know if I'm going to go back and finish the rest of it. But when Abbott Elementary comes back, I will watch that. I will probably binge that very quickly. But yeah, I don't know. I've just not been in the mood for anything new. But then I go on Netflix and there's nothing really new.
There's nothing new.
Nothing interestingly new to watch. If I'll be perfectly honest.
Yeah, there's nothing new. And if you're going to commission something, if you're going to cancel it, I'm not going to bother.
That's the thing.
Like, you're right. I feel like the reason why, we look forward to an Abbott Elementary or The Bear or any of those things is like, it's already set up, the characters. Yeah. So you're coming back to something familiar. You know what the vibe of that show is.
Yeah.
Every single new show, you're having to get used to a new vibe, new characters, and then you guys have decided to bin it. So what am I coming back for? I might as well go back and watch Hannibal again. Yeah. And I am going to do that.
Honestly. So I do hope, going back to the Rivals thing, because I think that's the last thing I properly watched all the way through that was brand new. And I also watched Nobody Likes This, which Nobody Wants This, which I actually kind of enjoyed, even though I had questions about actually the religious part of it. It was more just me being very curious about like, what thing can rabbis actually do? But that's coming back for a series too. So I was like, okay, maybe it's not a bad thing to invest in new shows, but it just has to be so easy. Like the stake has to be so low.
Yeah.
For me to come in and want to watch it and invest my time in, knowing that maybe it will not come back for series 2, but for the series 1, I've enjoyed what I have, and it's only been 2.5 hours of my time.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully Rivals does come back for series 2 because I think there's space. The only thing I didn't like about the show, you haven't finished it, have you?
No.
Are you gonna go back and watch it?
No.
Oh. The black female character, I just hated that she was always targeted, which I know is part of the storyline because the show is shot in like the 80s. There's racism. Well, even now, but like the way it was positioned, like in the industry, in the TV industry, racism was rife. The idea that this, really strong professional, or this strong high-rising black woman was leading this, the content team, felt impossible, and I just didn't like the way they positioned her sometimes, and the fact that she always was so much in a defeatist way, or positioned in such a defeatist way because of her being black. But it's just a sign of the times where the show was set. But maybe I just got fed up with it or something.
No, I think it's fine. Her intro made me roll my eyes. Yeah. We've seen. I think what Rivals, we were talking about it in the office. What Rivals does really well, I think, in that first episode, what makes you want to watch more is who all these characters are within the first 30 seconds of seeing them on screen, right? And her intro is, I'm here to meet Cameron, blah, blah. And then she's like, oh, I'll take you to their office. And then she walks the new hire to her office. And then he's like, well, where's Cameron then? And she's like, I'm Cameron. Oh my gosh! Exactly who she's gonna be. Like a woman with a man's name who's in this masculine, tough masculine world, especially tough white masculine. But she's a black woman, and in order to be successful here, she needs to be hard. She needs to be pushy. She needs to be bullshit. And it's like, we know who this woman is. Let's just get. Yeah,
we've seen this story so many times.
What's crazy to me is that at the end of the episode, when you find out she's hooking up with David Tennant's character, I said, girl, of all of the men in that place.
I mean,
I get it, power, but like, he don't have it.
He doesn't, but okay.
He don't have it.
Maybe, okay, I'm gonna expose myself.
You would, of all the people there, you would sleep with him.
No. I don't know who I would. I don't think,
I would obviously sleep with Aidan Turner.
I didn't find him that attractive in the show. I don't know what it was.
No, this is not the hottest he's ever been.
I didn't also realise
he's
a shorty. He's an absolute shorty.
He's a petite man.
He's so petite. I didn't realise because I was like, bro, this guy is short.
Or Luke Pascal.
Is it the one that keeps on sleeping with everyone?
No. The one who is his brother, but they have different mums. The Argentinian.
I can't remember him. Who was he?
Luke. He's in. He was in Skins.
Okay, I'm just gonna go Rivals cast.
Luke Pascal.
Oh, him.
Yeah.
Oh my god, hasn't he? Oh yes. Wasn't he in another show? I've seen him in other things. The Musketeers. That's it.
Was he in Skins?
Yeah, he was in Skins. He was also in Skins. Okay, the only reason I've been seeing a lot.
You're gonna sleep with the dude.
No, hold it. There's a lot of press around Rivals, and also like I know people in.
Just say which one.
No. I haven't yet told you exactly why I wanted to start watching it. Well, I had seen so much advertising for it, so I knew I may want to watch it, but I was like, we'll see.
This story better be good.
Actually, it's not that interesting. But there was a TikTok I saw of Rivals, and it showed the black woman, and then David Tennant like whispered over to her. I was like, oh. And that was what made me want to start watching it.
You guys understand.
I was also in a field where in the mood where I didn't have any new show to watch.
Did I just ask this girl? David Tennant. Like, no. Just to tell me that the person that drew you to the show with David Tennant was in a black woman's ear. Get up, stand up.
Hold up. I would have David Tennant.
You are a white man's whore. What did they say to? Was it Tia Tamera? One of them two.
Yeah.
You're a white man's whore.
Oh yes, that's Tamera because Tamera married the white guy.
Yeah.
Hold up. 1, sharp. 2, David Tennant when he was in Doctor Who. Yeah.
David Tennant when he was in Doctor Who looks exactly the same as he does now.
Do you know what? That's a good sign. He ages well. And secondly,
and he was just as skinny.
Aidan Tennant was attractive. Yeah, he was. He is. Probably honest, I didn't find any man there attractive. I just found Danny Dyer endearing. What do you mean the women were attractive? Everyone was really beautiful. The women were beautiful.
But you just said none of the men were attractive.
I didn't find anyone like in your question or initial
question.
Could you
pick someone?
To what? To be
answer the question.
Okay, if it's gonna be my partner, then David Tennant then.
Do you know what
I don't want to sleep with him. But I don't want to sleep with him. I don't want to sleep with him.
He's not here. I'm not saying you have to sleep with the man. I said, who would you pick?
I don't want to pick any of them. That's the thing.
Oh, you're annoying.
Anyway,
you've actually already picked as well. That's what's crazy. You literally just said.
Shut up, okay? We were talking about all the other shows, and I was just mentioning that Rivals was a great show. It drew me in by a small clip, and plus the advertising I've seen everywhere. And I hope you come back for series 2.
I bet you do.
Yeah, I actually want to see what happens at the end. No. We know that she does not like him anymore.
Do we? Wow, massive spoiler. Great.
You don't know.
Great. Massive spoiler.
You have no idea why I mean that. You have no idea what I mean by that.
I don't.
Good.
But you spoiled it now. I'm going to be looking for it. When I watch the show, I'm like, well, this must be the bit where I like him no more.
Okay, cool.
Thanks.
Great.
Thanks.
So you said you may watch it. Yeah. I was going off the may.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But you've spoiled it. It's all.
I'm sorry. I didn't actually spoil anything because. Don't worry.
Lads.
Anyway.
You weigh in whether that was a spoiler or not. Because you're forgetting the lads might not have seen it and you spoiled it for them.
No, but.
Wow.
You don't. The thing is.
So you don't care about our listeners.
Anyway, I love you all. The only other thing I was going to say, speaking of streamers and appointment to view television, apparently Beyonce, it's not even apparently, Beyonce is going to do a live performance of a song or songs from Cowboy Carter.
A song.
Or many songs from Cowboy Carter during a football game on Christmas Day. Yes. So Netflix has started to invest in the NFL, if I've got it correctly, in live sport. And so I think one of their first live games is with a Texan team, and Beyonce's going to be performing then. And that's going to be her first live performance of something to do with the album. So, yeah, I'm probably not going to watch the game. Absolutely not. But I would definitely look out for the performance when it gets cut on YouTube or socials. We'll just have to wait and see.
Yes.
Yeah. I love how, like, if you rewind, like, a year and a half ago, Marnie would have been, like, all over this story. Anything to do with Renaissance. But Cowboy Carter, crickets. I'm actually just now waiting for the third act.
I'm not even waiting no more.
No, I want to see...
The wait is over.
I do think that if the third act is a reunion of Destiny's Child, I may go and watch them live.
I listened to Destiny Fulfilled that other day.
It's like 25 years since... Or 20 years?
20 is it 25?
No, I think it's 20 years.
Oh my God, we are so old.
We're old. We're old.
Oh my God, we are so old. Is
that Destiny's Fulfilled? What's the one with them all wearing, like, black album cover?
That's Destiny Fulfilled.
Yeah, I think it's 20 years.
An album that I bought. I had the CD.
Ooh.
I took it on holiday with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, this actually tracks. Because I was going on... Yeah, this tracks.
So it's 20 years, yeah.
20 years, and I was going to Ghana for the first time, and I had my CD player, and I had... That was the only CD
that's really sweet.
That, and obviously, my Outcast CD. My 2 CDs.
Oh, yeah, you love Outcast.
And I listened to it yesterday, and I was like... It's crazy that there are songs on here that I don't remember, because I would just skip them even when I was drunk. And even now I'm like, yeah, skip this. But still so many great songs. If, T-shirt, Game Over,
Katie, yeah.
Lose
My Breath.
Soldier. Even though I don't really like that song.
Yeah, it's got Game Over. Okay, so I'll start with
Go!
Go! I feel like we've had a couple of girl moments.
Literally.
We have literally had some girl moments. That song actually anticipated some of the things that
we knew each other too
well. We've had way too many girl
I was
moments.
like, Michelle is... This sounds awful.
Michelle will always have a unique voice. Like, and remember, she comes from gospel. Like, her training is very different.
But they need to stop giving her the bridges, because that was crazy.
Yeah, that was...
They set her up.
They really did.
And they always did that.
Yeah.
After all of the sadness,
still comes happiness.
Stop setting her up.
Or just...
But they're all iconic. Like, you remember
That's
those
true.
bits.
And also, or just change up the music to really complement her voice. She has an amazing voice.
Yeah, she's not a pop girl.
No, she's not. She absolutely wasn't. She is a gospel singer. And when you hear her sing gospel, you're like, this is where the spirit is, you know. Lose My Breath. These are the songs on that album. Destiny Fulfilled. So Lose My Breath, Soldier, Cater to You. I can't remember what T-shirt is. I would have skipped over T-shirt.
Wish you were here to take off your T-shirt.
Yeah, I would probably skip that one.
She was singing that about Jay-Z, which is disgusting.
Knowing that he was almost like 30 and
also,
she was 19.
It's like a very sexy song. And I don't know why it's such a weird... Like, because Michelle is so Michelle, I always wondered, like, is she uncomfortable when they sing these? Like, what's happening?
Yeah. But then I also think about that with, you know, Yvonne Orji from Insecure. Mm-hmm. And she was doing those sex scenes. And she's she is a virgin. So, and I remember watching an interview with her and she was saying the first time she did a sex scene, and I can't remember with which guy. Maybe it was the one that was bi. Like not bald head.
The short guy.
Not the short. The one that he said that he had been with a man before.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, him. She.
Stop crying.
No. The way she was. They said someone had to pull her aside and say the way that she's performing the scene
I don't know what's going on.
wasn't in rhythm. Like they were kind of like out of rhythm between the two of them.
She was like, "This is how I like to do it,"
and she was like, "Yeah, like
this is what I like."
But girl, you don't know what you're doing.
No, every man I've ever been with would say, "Wow, she's good at
but she's a virgin."
Yeah, so
you make up
to call it. I love having sex with Yvonne. It's so good.
Shut up. But that's her brand and she's been very proud about it. But anyway, someone had to pull her aside and then had to almost teach her how to perform it. So maybe she doesn't feel it, but she's in a character, so she just has to. Yeah.
I would quit my job.
I couldn't have taken that job because I couldn't. It would be too hard.
I would have just left the job.
Yeah.
I would have just left.
But look at where her career is, and then she was able to be on a platform where she could talk about her faith and talk about her celibacy. Abstinence. because it's different. Her abstinence, not her celibacy. Other songs: Is She the Reason? Girl, Bad Habit, If, Free, Through with Love, and Game Over. That was a good album.
Yeah, Game Over is a great song.
I need to properly listen to that full album because I think I only know like a couple of the songs. I'm trying to think what other albums I actually loved. Survivor is a great album. That's got tons of songs on it.
But she's not going to be doing any songs from them, right? She's going to be doing Cowboy Carter.
Yeah, no, yeah, is fully Cowboy Carter in this era. But I wonder, because the song has dropped out of the Billboard Top 100 albums, that she may now start to promote her album.
No, if I was her, I would actually just double down.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I am not doing a single thing.
I don't care about this no more.
Nope, no. So yeah, that's gonna be coming on Christmas Day. So we'll probably talk about it in the new year. Maybe
we will. Maybe we won't, because maybe one of us won't have seen it.
No, you're gonna watch it. Let's be for real. Let's be for real. But yeah. What did you say?
I will admit that whenever something comes up on Twitter that's like, but how can anyone talk about range? Look at Beyonce. I just skip it now. I'm like, I'm sick of this. Actually, I'm getting a bit tired of the rabid fans continuing to perpetuate old videos online of Beyonce doing old stuff. Let's just accept that Cowboy Carter didn't hit, and that's okay.
And that's fine.
It's fine.
She has so many other albums. Her discography is so strong.
This won't even make her dent
on
her career or her talent in it. She's actually incredibly lucky.
Yeah.
Because if this was Sabrina Carpenter, you're done.
Yeah, you're done. Absolutely finished.
Well and done, hun. You're out of here.
Actually, mind you, Sabrina Carpenter has been in the game for 7 albums before this one popped.
That's also true.
So, you know, we'll see. Sabrina Carpenter may come to London next year. Would you ever go and see her live?
I'm working late, cause I'm a singer. I just want to go for that. I don't know any of her songs.
I know some of the other ones.
Just like that.
Yeah, but so basically the whole time, this girl is working her ass off. All you're just there to go in, I'm working late,
cause
I'm a singer. Cause you look so cute. Wrap my finger. The fact that she's singing about Barry Keoghan is always going to be like
mad. Is she really?
I
didn't stop getting out after she's.
Yeah, but there's also part of the song where she says, "My honey bee for Barry."
Ew.
Anyway, who knows?
I don't want to hear that.
And there's another song on the album where she's really talking about like when she first met him.
Wow, I didn't realise their love was so deep.
I needed to know because I thought he would be by now.
Well, you know, he said, stop calling me a deadbeat dad, because I'm
not.
I'm not.
Well.
But you did.
You did.
Well, you're living it up, and you need to,
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to stay out of it.
Yeah.
Because he's a good actor.
Yeah.
Maybe he's a farmer. That's got nothing to do with it.
Talking of deadbeat dads, Tyler from Love is Blind.
Tyler, creator.
Yeah. Tyler from Love is Blind and Ashley from Love is Blind have been doing the round post the show ending. Ashley has been on a number of different podcasts, The Vile Files and some others, where she is very much doubling down and defending her man and the fact that Tyler's not part of their lives and that's not his...
Tyler's not a part of whose lives?
The kids' lives. And, that was something that he gave as a donation to someone who was in need. And now they're just focusing on their relationship. And they are tired of people on social media talking about their lives.
Block them.
The thing is, and then Ashley's been known and has said on podcasts, basically the people are talking about their relationship, her and Tyler's, because they're not married. The people are not married. And they're basically jealous of the relationship that her and Tyler have.
God, maybe watch your man.
Yeah.
Please.
So, at the moment, I don't know what... Ashley has now completely turned to almost like one of the villains from the season. And this season has had a lot of villains.
Crazy. Ashley versus the general public.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes there are some fights you're not going to win. There is more... On a really basic level... I have to say there's more of us. I'm not saying I'm in the camp of people commenting or I actually don't give a heck about this anymore. But there are more people online than there are of you, Ashley.
Yeah.
And if you think that you're going to be able to do a campaign to get rid of every naysayer about your relationship, you are inviting more negativity into 100%. Your life. Just don't engage. You actually don't have to. Look at the couple that just had a baby. We don't know their business.
Who's that?
Bliss and what's his name? Zach and Bliss. He buoyed her on TV.
Oh, yeah, true.
And she still said, that's my man. Married him, they have a good life, they have a child, they're happy. Who gives a heck? People probably send her a comment every now and then when they've watched their season and go, oh, I can't believe you got with Zach, he buoyed you on TV. It's really got nothing to do with anybody else. Just live your life. Ashley, I'm so sure, as with everybody that goes on there now, went on that show thinking, and I'm going to find my mum, I'm going to come out, we're going to become a social media couple. And now she's realised she can't because he's got 2 kids that he doesn't take care of. 3. Sorry, he's got 3 kids that he doesn't take care of. And that's all people care about. So every time you're posting your little, oh, here's a brand deal, people are commenting, oh, but your man can't feed his kids. You should have thought of that.
Yeah, really should have.
Because you said you knew from the beginning. You said you knew from time. If you really respected your man, you would never have aired his business on TV.
Oh, true.
Never have aired it.
100%.
Because if you didn't air it, it wouldn't have given validation to the story that the friend, ex, whatever you want to call her, the mother of his children, was saying online. Mm-hmm. There would have been nothing of it.
Yeah.
But you said, oh, I can't hide my face. I need to... And it's blown up in your face.
Yeah.
No, I'm becoming a little bit anti-people in general. But anti this idea of like, you've gone on a TV show, a narrative has been spun, whether you've spun it or not, and then you think that anybody... I think the problem is no one cares enough about the truth. What we care about is a good story. That's
100%.
Why we watch TV, right? Tell me a good story. The interesting story to me is that you've ended up marrying a man who is a bum. That's interesting to me. I don't care. The story you're trying to explain to me does not make sense. Oh, he's not in his kid's life. And so what we're supposed to take from that, he's a good man?
We would not have been able to know that girl. That's not our business.
Not our business.
And also, she's on this campaign herself, alone. Like, where's your man? Your man is not even with you to be able to talk and speak to it.
He's tiresome.
He's also in legal stuff as well with the kids.
Because he has 3 kids. Just because you don't think you have 3 kids doesn't mean you don't have 3 kids. Yeah. You have 3 kids.
And the only podcast he has been on, which is one that I actually guessed, I don't know if it was, I think we were recording. So I guessed that post the show, they will go on a number of different podcasts. One will be the Vile Files, and one will be on this podcast called Their Future Wifey, which is kind of like a Christian podcast, which I thought the 2 of them together will go on, but actually Tyler went on by himself, and the show, the title name of that episode is called Is Fatherhood Blind? And
oh my god.
I mean, what? I know. I mean, it's a great line because actually, in this case, it is. 100% is.
He said, "What kids? I can't see them."
And literally, that's what in the episode, the small snippets that I've watched, because I don't think I'm gonna put myself through watch the whole thing. He's going off with that narrative, like, look, I was just helping 2 friends out. The reason why I've not been involved in their kids' life is because those kids had 2 parents, and full stop.
But you said when the parent left, didn't you step in and take care of the kids?
You did.
So is it that she now has a new partner? Or is it that you just stopped taking care of your kids? It doesn't... What is annoying is we would forget about this in a month if you guys didn't keep pushing it in front of us. And every time you put it in front of us, it makes less and less sense. Yeah. And then when we say it doesn't make no sense, you want to fight us.
Exactly.
Leave us alone!
Honestly, if I was in their camp, which I would never be working on their team, but if I was going to give them some advice from a marketing perspective, and even just a commerce perspective, is you guys should have done one interview, one publication, one outlet, together, and shared everything you wanted to say and let it go. Or just leave it with the reunion and just live your merry life. But the problem is, you want to be an influencer, Ashley. Mm-hmm. I want to talk to you guys about my shoes and my nail colour. And no one cares because everyone's like, but Tyler.
Worry about your man.
Yeah, exactly. Your man. So that's what I would have advised. You go on one outlet, say this is the first and only time I'm speaking on this issue, talk about it and let it go. And then for him to step up, do the legal stuff he needs to do, where he's either supported those kids financially, and then go on your merry way. Done. But the fact that he's still denying those kids will find you in 20 years' time and be like, Daddy, why? Daddy.
Yeah. My advice would have been, shut up, just shut up, shut up, shut up, just shut up. They're ahead of the time to make that song. Because some people do need to shut up.
100%.
Most people need to shut up, actually.
Yeah.
Including us, no joking. Should we...
Let's get on to it.
Talk about the review of the week?
Yeah, let's do it.
The end of Married at First Sight.
Yeah. Okay, so over the last couple of episodes, we have talked about Married at First Sight. Series 9, UK. And it's been a long journey. This series started in September, October time? And we are now in November.
I think it started at either the top of October or at the tail end of September.
Yeah, so this has been on for a while. And we have followed the journeys of...
Actually, it was September.
Yeah. It feels like literally was like we came back from summer and it just like... Yeah. We had literally not had time to breathe from Love is Blind.
Yeah, we didn't.
Oh, no, sorry. Love is Blind happened during it. Did it happen during?
No, there was a Love is Blind UK had wrapped.
Yeah, we did have...
Then Married at First Sight. And then, Love is Blind came and left.
America came and left, yeah.
And we were somehow still in maths.
And then now they're trying to show Married at First Sight New Zealand. I was like, bruh.
Give me a break.
I can't.
I'm taking one day off.
I can't. And I love the guy. I love the judge, the expert. I can't remember what his name is. Not Paul.
The guy.
The white guy, yeah.
Yeah, I know you mean.
Yeah, I love that he's so real. But anyway, it's been a long journey. We're just going to talk about the outcomes.
Yeah.
So, I will just name them. Because I can't remember. And also I have a full list from Radio Times and that you can just see how many people left the experiment. So as we're nearing the end of the series, let's just talk through all the couples. So Emma and Casper,
I do not believe still to this day that Emma actually found Casper attractive.
No.
I think that they were stuck in that weird bubble of I think Emma's thing was, I think I'm attractive, right? You tried to make me feel like I'm not attractive. I'm going to stick this out to see if you do find me attractive.
Yeah.
And it never came, and then she was like, right, I'm fucking off this. This is a waste of my time. At the point where they kissed.
Oh, God.
And then they become a bit more comfortable with each other. They kissed. He said that she said, let's have sex to see what happens. He said that he's not the kind of person who could do that because he's a snowflake. And honestly, I've never met
so bad.
a man who's so delicate.
Yeah.
I think at that point, when the sex was off the card, because I think in her head, she's like, yeah, maybe if we fucked, it could be something. But I don't know. I think that was the problem with them. They had opposite journeys to intimacy.
Yeah.
For her, it was like sex first, feelings afterwards.
Yeah.
For him, it was like feelings first, sex afterwards. Yeah. And they could not... So I don't know how you line that up. Somebody has to concede. But at the point where they got to, I think they both felt like, I've been conceding enough. I don't want to concede no more.
No. And I honestly felt it was very clear Casper was never attracted to Emma. And actually at the end of it, we realised Emma wasn't attracted to Casper either. Like she started to make more comments about it. And I was like, but why didn't we hear this before? Because if you really felt like, I don't think that I find you attractive. Or maybe she was saying that because she was hurt right at the beginning. Because
I think
the way that
you think if he had not embarrassed her, she would have found him attractive.
Maybe.
I think
honestly, or could have got there. But I also feel like Casper's personality is something that is an acquired taste. And may not be the best suited for her type of bubbliness and her type of extrovertedness that he just can't match.
I don't think they were a good match. Yeah. I think that she said he was attractive in the way that like he's not ugly.
Yeah.
Like in her head she was like, oh, I could have sex with this man.
Yeah.
It wouldn't bother me.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I don't think she ever said anything about him that made me think, oh, on a deep level she feels a kinship towards this person. Yeah. No. It's more so, I think that's the problem with the show to some extent, and it's why it's so successful, is that once people get in there, they want to win it.
Yeah.
Even though there's no prize at the end, they want to get to the end and say, I found the love of my life, right? Yeah. And so that keeps them going sometimes, and they just continue to engage in it, even though their heart and their brain is telling them, there's nothing here. I just don't want to have to admit that I lost.
Yeah.
So I think towards the end that was playing on both of their minds. Like, oh, I'm enjoying my time here. Let's just keep going.
And that was, for me as a viewer, I found it really frustrating.
Yeah, it is.
Obviously, they're not going to be a match. And even if they said yes right at the end, we knew that the minute those cameras go off, they're done. They're not going to be together. And to me, it felt really disingenuous. And I really appreciated when they did eventually say, we're leaving. But they left in such an abrupt way as well, because they had an argument the day before. Then finally Emma was like, I want to leave, even though Casper had said he wanted to leave the week before. I don't know.
Yeah. I think it took her brain a bit to catch up with, like, it doesn't matter that you like it here and you've made friends.
Yeah.
Like, this is not going to work. I think also because they had started to get quite rude, like, again, rude for the two of them is barely rude, but like,
it's just like undercutting the comment.
Yeah, I don't know. I wish them both the best.
So
they are very particular kinds of people, but I don't think they were bad. Like, I think even Casper's comment to her about her body type was more of a reflection of his own insecurities. Like, true. I think she'll be fine. Yeah,
and I liked that Emma brought a level of maturity when it came to the girls, which we'll talk about a little bit later, but I just felt like you could tell that she was older and she had just a better head on her shoulders, when you could see there was a lot of bullying and cattiness that was happening between the girls, and some of those dynamics were just terrible to watch, and it was great to have her as a voice of reason. Mm-hmm. Now, moving on to Sasha and Ross.
Wow, Sasha
and Ross's
fall was nuts. As in, like, by the end I was like, I don't like Sasha. I don't care if she is happy at the end of this. Like, her coming for Luke, her coming for Alex, I was in support because he needed to be told. Yeah, girl. But then she was just in there stirring up shit. Yeah. Like, Luke is the biggest puppy you've ever seen. He's just a large puppy. Yeah. And she really was going for him. You're fake. I think you're fake. I was like, whoa, dude. Yeah. Whoa. And I did not like that. Because it's kind of, honestly, the same behaviour that Alex had.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
But now I can't root for you. Yeah. And I don't understand the desire. Like, I basically, at that point, started to think, oh, I think Sasha is here because she wants to get famous off the show. I don't know if she's here for the right reasons either. At the end, so when they go to homestays, she's like, oh, I've decided I actually don't want to move to Manchester. And obviously Ross has a daughter. He has a life in Manchester. And she's like, yeah, you have to come and live in Birmingham with me, otherwise this is done.
In Warsaw.
I was like, well, this might be the end of this relationship, because that's a really big thing. Yeah. They get to the final commitment ceremony. And he starts to read, because he's had to, I think him and Nathan wrote their things down. Actually, I think everyone did. Yeah. He starts to read his thing, and she's like, she takes it off him and starts reading it, which I think is so rude. Yeah. Such a violation. Like, if he was about to tell you, I don't want to be with you anymore, for you to take that moment away from him as unhinged. She takes it from him, reads for a bit, then just starts hysterically crying. And so, as a viewer, I was like, oh, he must be saying he's not going to move to Warsaw. She's crying her eyes out. Like, no tears, just like wailing. Making wailing sounds. And I was like, what is happening? Like, I don't even, felt even like the camera crew didn't know how to cut it. Like, it just all was so weird. Anyway, she comes back. He gives her a hug. He finishes reading the thing. It's like, I'm gonna move to Warsaw.
Wait, fam, did she not read it?
That's what I'm saying. Something didn't make no sense about that.
Unless he did say, I'm not.
I think she read the next 2 lines and started freaking out and didn't read the whole thing. Yeah. But why even bother taking the card then? I don't know what you took it for. So she got what she wanted. I think she's a brat. Sorry, I think she's a brat. And I think Ross spoiled her, and it will come back to bite him. Yeah. Because it's unhinged. At the reunion part, she's like, oh, well, I don't hear from him for a couple of hours. I call his sisters, I call his mum. What the hell are you talking about?
I'm sorry, that's scary.
What are you talking about?
So it is a sign of insecurity from her part, because why can't you be away from your man a couple of hours.
And what did you think was going to happen when he left his daughter in Manchester? What did you think was going to happen? He was just going to air her.
Yeah. Again, we need to be for real. If you want to, no, there are some women out there who do not want to be in a relationship with a man with children because they know that they want the attention to be 100% on them. And that is fine. But if you are going to be in a relationship with a man who has a family or has kids from a previous relationship, you have to understand that you will not be 100% their priority. You will be from a romantic standpoint, but their kids take priority. That's just how it is. Or he will be a deadbeat. Look at Tyler. Look at who was the guy we were talking about before. It will just end up being like that. So, for me, at the beginning of the series, Sasha and Ross were, I felt, alongside Kieran and Christina, they were my favourite couples because they felt so easy and breezy against all the other toxic nonsense we were watching.
I think they positioned themselves that way.
100%. Yeah. And then we had the biggest fall of grace from Sasha and then Ross, because there were small instances like right at the beginning where they started to have a few disagreements, and the way that Ross handles conflict was raised. Like Sasha saying that he would completely shut her off, even small things, because he is deaf, that he will close his eyes so he cannot communicate and block her out. And then he also started throwing things against the wall. And then it happened again, and did that later on in the series, and that's when she wrote Leave. Now, when that happened, I was like, now, this is more concerning, because he is now throwing things against the wall, and he is violent. He's behaving in a violent manner. And the experts were just like, well...
You need to work with your communication. That's what they said. I think...
Yeah.
And I was going to say this till the end, but we can talk about it now, because this is when I was starting to be like, okay, something's up here.
Yeah.
The experts had a really hard time saying anything was aggressive, referencing anger in any way, shape or form, and calling out red flags.
Yeah, or borderline abusive behaviour.
There was something that, with Polly, there was something that Polly did that I was like, that was aggressive. The Ross thing is aggressive.
Yeah.
And they would always...
Alex.
Rochelle. And the language from the judges would be, communication seems to be an issue here. Yeah, communication is an issue, but the issue is also that when there is an issue with communication, you become aggressive, you become violent, you have an issue with your anger. And I don't think there's anything wrong with, right, everybody gets angry. If you have an unmatched, like an over-exaggerated response, and like angry response to something, people are allowed to say that to you. You probably already know. That's something to work on. Because, I'm sorry, what you can't say is like, smashing stuff against the wall is just what happens when you're not getting heard. Yeah. Lots of people don't get heard and smash stuff against walls. They don't do that. Lots of people don't get heard and call their partner a cunt or a piece of shit or a narcissist or just every word under the sun, and you're going to crawl into bed with that person. It's not on. You should not be speaking to your partner like that. And I'm not trying to say that Polly's dude didn't sometimes deserve to get told, because he was not a nice guy to her. But I do feel like at some point the issue is not the argument or the conflict. It is the way that you are reacting to that thing. And that is not a communication issue. That is a you issue, that you think that's an okay way to speak to people. And I'm saying I, for my part, don't want to be spoken to like that. I don't want you to then tell my partner, tell me, oh, you two can go away and resolve this. How am I supposed to resolve your nasty behaviour? It sounds like what you're saying to me is, if I behave myself, then you won't get angry, and then that won't be a problem no more. That was the energy. And I don't doubt for a second, based on the way that Sasha was popping off to Alex and popping off to Luke, that she gets mouthy. I don't doubt for a second. But then call it quits. Because you can't be getting aggy and I'm getting aggy. And then the results is, we're having to leave the house, we're having to go stay somewhere else, things are broken in the house, like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? And then you might have a child with this person. What are you going to do when it's not just you? Is that something you would subject your children to? Like, they have to sit and watch mum and dad throwing shit around the house? Like, it's not... I'm incredibly lucky that I never had to witness anything like that between my parents. I don't know what that would have done to me or my mentality or the way that I approach the relationships if I grew up in a household with that level of anger being expressed between two people who are supposed to love each other.
But
arguments are arguments, but to
physical abuse,
raising, screaming, cussing each other out, dashing drinks in people's faces.
I think what it does is it sows seed of how to manage conflict, or how conflict is managed or should be managed, because that's the example you're seeing around you, and that is very dangerous. And I think for me, that episode where she wrote leave and
she looked scared.
And I'll be honest, I was so angry. Like,
it was uncomfortable.
It was really was, because I felt like we had already started to see aggressive behaviours from some of the contestants, and I talked about how I felt about Alex, and I was very happy that they eventually left the competition. Sorry, the experiment, but it is a competition, because he was very aggressive. And a similar thing to what you said about how the experts would just say, you just need to be calm, and then he will be calm. I felt that with Holly and Alex, and then to see this again in a really blatant and obvious way, that this person is very aggressive to the point where he is physically throwing things, and God forbid he's not throwing things at a wall, or if Sasha's standing in the wrong place, she could get something dashed at her, and that felt like that was completely missing. And I just was questioning, where is the care, and who are the people that are responsible for care and looking after the contestants and their well-being, because I felt like that was completely out the window, given that this series has gone through so many accusations of contestants who have been arrested for domestic abuse or have abuse charges against them. I just felt like, where's the duty of care here? And it did make me feel very comfortable as a viewer to watch. And I like, by that point, I was getting really tired of Married at First Sight in general, even though it was like a weird routine thing. But I also was getting fed up with the fact that the experts were not expertine. There was no intervention.
Towards the end, they just completely gave up. I don't know. I don't know whether that is
production.
I don't know if it's because so many couples had left, so they were just trying to keep the ones that were still there.
Still.
But I agree with you. The duty of care is where, and then a part of me started to be like, okay, either there is no pastoral care at all on set, or this isn't true, or not to that degree. Because I was racking my brain to try and understand why they would continue to allow these two to be in the experiment if things are getting violent.
That's the thing.
But he never said, I never threw a plate. He sat there.
Yeah.
It's hard though, because obviously, as we know, Ross, he got here.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much of those interactions he's taking in, and how much of it is like she says whatever and he just nods along.
True.
Because I found the whole thing confusing. Her looking so terrified, like, if you were genuinely scared for your safety, and
she wouldn't be here.
And they said, oh, because he said he doesn't want to leave, you have to stay. You'd be like, no, I'm going.
Yeah.
I will sue this place if you don't let me up out of here. So I couldn't work out, and because at that point I was starting to just not find her to be a trustworthy character, given this sudden about-face attack that she had on Luke, I was like, is this true? I'm struggling. And I hate that the show, by virtue of us not being able to see something, starts to make you doubt what is happening behind the scenes. Yeah. And also because logic would dictate, if someone is being abusive on the show, you would take them off. Yeah. But we don't even know if they would do that.
That's the thing. And
they got that guy last season, right? Because he went to the house to fight the guy.
Yeah.
They took him out real quick.
Yeah. But that was on camera. Like they could not deny that. Do you know what I need Married at First Sight UK to do? Is do what Married at First US do, and they put cameras in the house.
They should. I think it's weird that they don't have cameras.
Yeah, they have cameras in the living space. I don't think not in the bedrooms, but they have it in the living room spaces. So you're able to capture some of the things that gets lost in the camera, or gets lost and we're just told about it afterwards, or find out on the confessions couch.
Yeah, that part was also contributing to what was making everybody's stories question mark, and also making the season feel very stilted, because you would watch an episode come to the next episode, and in the space between those 2 episodes, 17,000 things had happened, and all these couples that were on the top were suddenly at the bottom, and you didn't get to see any of that.
Yeah.
And now you're playing catch up. So why am I having to do work?
It's exactly like Love is Blind US this season. But I think Love is Blind US is just even worse because the editing was terrible.
Yeah, they gave up, those editors. But I think it just makes the storytelling part of these shows, and yes, that, as much as you're but it's reality, it should be told verbatim, it's not.
Yeah.
It's constructed into a story to make it digestible. You don't want to watch 14 hours of couples walking around making cups of tea for each other. You want to watch a distilled hour of chaos.
Yeah.
And if you're not getting all the juicy bits, what's the point? Yeah. What is the point?
Yeah. So, yeah, maybe we can talk about the outcomes right at the end. But
no, well, we said oh, sorry, maybe we didn't say we did. He's moved to Warsaw.
Moved to Warsaw, but then we can talk about where they are now.
Where are they now?
Have you heard what's happened since the show?
No.
They're no longer together.
Well, why?
Because
he's here.
No, because I think apparently he moved right back to Manchester soon after the show. So
the dude has a kid. I don't.
What's the worst thing? So there was a time we were recording, and I thought you knew a spoiler because unfortunately Ross spoiled the outcome of him and Sasha weeks ago.
Oh, I didn't know.
Last month. He's in a new relationship as well. So that's how it was found out.
Someone on the show?
No.
Okay.
Someone outside of the show. I think it was revealed on Facebook, but that's how it was completely spoiled. Completely spoiled, and that's how I found out they weren't together. But that was a month ago.
I think they were a showmance. If I'm being
it's so sad
because I agree with you. The way that they were positioned at the start of the series, as time went on, I started to be they're very particular about the stuff they say to each other. They're very particular about the way that they interact with each other. Her saying at that last dinner, I will never love another man the way I love you. Jeez. No tears again.
Yeah, I was no.
How stupid do you think we are?
Yeah, I don't know. Other couples, I'm going to skip over them very quickly. Eve and Charlie, they already left. Holly and Alex, they left. We did talk about them leaving.
Yeah, Holly came back.
Yeah.
To be a bitch to that other girl.
Just
be a chaos bitch in general. I don't get it.
I don't know.
You're a grown-up woman.
When she was behaving like that, I was like, wow.
Engaging in literally schoolyard drama.
Yeah.
I like her.
Yeah. When she was behaving like that, I was like, well, you and Alex were kind of made for each other.
Yeah, you're both nasty.
Or horrible.
And I think that's why you weren't made for each other, because you're both nasty.
Well, apparently...
Oh yeah, they're together.
They are still together. And
she's waiting for him to come out of prison. That's the life. That's the life right there.
Honestly, they've been seen out and about together.
Wait for my man.
So, yeah. Good riddance, because on this show, they showed his whole behaviour. There is no way he did a complete 360 and he's all nice and caring now.
No. She even said it. Well, she said something in a reunion about yeah, we've met a couple of times. We just talked we're so similar. I was like, yeah. Then you're not going nowhere.
No. So yeah.
A man who literally looked at you when you was crying for your kids, being like, I can't relate.
Oh, that was.
I didn't miss no one.
I have so many stories. If they ever come back with another reunion, where they are now, I'm so keen to know what the dynamic is with her and the children and him. Because
he's not met them damn
kids.
No,
he's not. Because he has no fatherly instinct.
He doesn't. He's gonna see your kids and try and be best friends with them. Bruh. He doesn't know how to be dad. He only knows how to be boys. He's literally gonna knock on your door and be like, oh, can your kids play out?
Bruh.
Excuse me.
Oh my gosh.
Loser.
I know. Rochelle and Orson, they're left. Rochelle said, I'm never coming back.
Yeah, Rochelle said this show is a waste of my damn time.
She never came back for anything else. She didn't come for the girls' day, the girls' party. She didn't come back for the reunion. She was like,
it was a mistake to cast her.
Absolutely. She was a waste of time.
You should have picked someone who actually, didn't think they were better than the show. Yeah. And she clearly did. So.
Polly and Adam.
Wait. Polly and Adam said, not only are we going to crash out, we're going to go up in flames. You guys will see the signal from wherever you are in this country. You will see the smoke. We are going to go up in flames. Adam and Polly. That man never liked you.
Never. Day one.
That man never liked you.
Wedding day, he expressed.
You guys are at the dinner table arguing about whether or not he touched your mum. Is this life? That's supposed to be your husband. He's saying, I never touched your mum. I never touched your mum. As if someone has accused him of murdering someone. He said, Wallahi, I've never touched someone's mum.
Do you know?
You can... Hey, take me to court right now. Put a lie detector on. I've never touched that woman's bum. Her bum is disgusting to me.
When he said, we only had sex 3 times though. Why are you shouting at me?
Why are you begging it for? You was begging to have sex with me.
When he did that, so okay, there was some times in the show where I was like, wow, the women are
down bad. Get up.
Bad. No, they're down bad with the guys, but also like the way they're behaving is like extreme. But when he said that comment, I said, throw it at him.
No,
throw that wine at him because he deserves that. He really deserves at that moment. He deserved it because he was mocking her.
No, and the problem with Polly, right? The problem with Polly is she has a temper.
Yeah, that's
something she needs to work on.
Yeah,
but you know that about her now, right? So why do me up when I'm already wound up?
Yeah.
Is you want a reaction from me, and he got the reaction.
Yeah. 100%.
And then she had to come back and apologise. I said, no, because Loki, that's not fair.
Yeah.
You know, she was already at 9.
Yeah.
Why did you say, oh, you would lie in bed with me and be like, please, fuck me, please?
Just to tip her over at the edge.
Did that accident as well?
Yeah.
I'm dead.
I'm sorry, it was unhinged. Then he was angry. No, the day that she called him a narcissist was the ceremony before.
I'm not a narcissist.
And then Sasha was like, narcissist. And she was like,
yeah, whatever.
No. And then he was out there like puffing away.
He was crying. He cried.
Yeah.
He was crying because she called him a narcissist.
Okay.
He's a baby.
He is. Because also, out of all the insults, I know narcissist is not a nice term.
No, but he is a narcissist.
He is. But what term would make you be like, no, man, no. Let me start puffing away on my brain. It's gone too far. Narcissist? Is that the term? Because she could have called you so many other things.
What would make you walk?
Be called a liar. And I know that's like so basic.
You're lying.
No, do you know what? I'm sorry. If imagine if he was lying about the whole you were begging for it.
He probably is.
He's forcing it. Perfectly honest, him saying that and then it being a lie, because that would definitely be a lie in my situation, because there's no way I'd be begging him. That would make me want to chuck the drink in his face. Because like, 1, he's lying. 2, he's mocking me. And 3, he's embarrassing me in front of all these people.
Like, if that was a lie, I'd be like, you're actually insane. I'm not even going to bother to base my drink on you because you need help. You need actual help. Are you guys hearing this man? He's sitting here lying. Like, I'm not a proud person. If I did that, I'd say, yeah, I did it. It's bad mind that you're telling everyone at the table, but it is what it is. Now you're telling me I begged you. I begged you. Get me off the show right now.
That's when I would be like, I begged you. What was with the hat top? Whatever his hair is. I begged you after that haircut.
Get me off the show right now.
Knowing that that's his industry.
Get me off the show right now.
You're a hairdresser, but you decide to cut your hair in that way to be on the show.
Collect me from this show right now. Because everybody here is crazy.
Yeah.
Everybody here is crazy. I'm going to be honest. When she dashed the drink at him, I said, it is what it is.
It is, yeah, same.
It is what it is.
Leave
me alone.
Yeah, because he tried to push her buttons so much in that situation.
I said this at work. I may have said this on the podcast. He has a deep-seated phobia of being embarrassed. Yeah. Right? Yeah.
I think a lot of guys do.
His fear of being embarrassed in that situation was, I'm not going to admit that I like her. Yeah. Because I don't want to look like a dickhead. I don't want her to speak about me. Yeah. Because I don't want to feel like a dickhead. Yeah. Every time she brought anything up to him that made him think you're trying to embarrass me, he would shut down and be like, so you think I'm that when they went to the homestay and she said like one thing and he started going off at her, his friend was like, she didn't really do anything.
Oh, is that when she said that she would have preferred to be with Stephen?
Yeah. You told the story, by the way. You started it. And you're like, why have you even told that story? You're trying to make me look stupid. Your friend asked what went on. I told him what went on. Yeah. So basically what you're saying is don't ever make me look stupid. Yeah. And you're right, so many people came on the show and their main focus was don't make me look like a dickhead on TV. Yeah. You've agreed to be on a show called Married at First Sight. You're not coming out of this unscathed.
Exactly. And also, because of the format of the show, everything is so exposing. Like, you have the commitment ceremonies together. You have the dinners together. So the dinner party's together. So you will always be in the presence of other people. You have this honesty boxes where you have to talk about your relationship in the presence of your enemies.
Also, you literally took every opportunity you could to embarrass her. Every opportunity you could. You was embarrassing her.
This commitment ceremony. What did he say at that time in front of the experts? He said something about like his attractiveness to her, but he made a comment and it was just wild.
That time when he was like, "Oh, how are you feeling about your partner?" I'm out of 4.
Yes, that one.
I'm out of 4. You started it as well. Nobody
honestly,
asked you. You said, let me go first. I want to embarrass my partner.
Yeah.
Every day from morning to night, you wanted to embarrass this girl. She's annoying. I'm not attracted to her. She's not my type. I like petite girls. I like girls that look like Lacey. Lacey's so fit. Go into the sex shop with Amy.
Yeah.
You haven't been able to tell your wife one nice thing about her apart from you're a nice girl. Yeah. Which, honestly, that would be my 13th reason. I'm done. Yeah. I'm done with this.
Honestly, the personality thing, like, you've got a great personality. Like, and I find it quite conflicting because we are in a world where we don't want things to be so superficial. Like, you know, when someone asks you what your type is, it doesn't want to just be like, oh, tall, dark and handsome. Like, you want to be able to be like, he's kind, he's got a good personality, he's ambitious, he's blah, blah, blah. You want to have substance to it. But when a guy compliments a woman and says, she's got a nice personality, you know what that means. It means she's buzz.
You hate me.
She's crutters,
man.
You
literally are like, you are the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life, but you're funny. Oh my God!
You're good laugh.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap. For your own dignity, it has to be a wrap.
Honestly.
And he kept buoying you, and you kept going, oh, but I like him. I've seen qualities in him. You're lying.
You're absolutely lying.
You're like, also, again, not to go below the belt, but that man was not attractive. No. At all.
No.
At all. So for you to be splitting hairs, killing yourself, crying your eyes out, fighting with a man that literally looks like a Lego. That is a Lego. Like, he dresses like shit. He looks like shit.
The hair.
He treats you like shit. He is not. He would be a chill person to be friends with.
Yeah, that's the thing.
But he's not the person for you.
No, and your friend told you need to listen to your friend sometimes. Your friend warned you at the wedding day.
The gays said we're here to tell you what you don't want to hear.
The friend told you at the homestay. What was that? Not the homestay. When they came round to the houses to go back to your old towns. Your friend told you so many times, I don't think this is the man for you. Even when you went back before the final vows, your friend told you he's not the one. It's just, to me, it was so frustrating to know that he told you off his chest from day one he wasn't into you, and you pushed and pushed. They have so much faith in the experts. Like, if it's the experts that said it, the experts have said it. This person that has been chosen, designed to be my husband.
It's more than that, because she had decided she liked him. It's not just the experts. It's more than that. It's the minute he said he didn't find her attractive, she said, yeah, I'm going to double down. I'm going to convince this man that I'm the dream woman for him.
And there are women out there like that.
That's what her thing was. And I hope she's worked through it. I really do. Because you will find someone who will want you. The other thing that's crazy to me is, the older I get, the more I'm like, when you're young, right, and you're out in the dating world, being confused about whether what a man is doing and what he's saying being different, what does that mean, makes sense. The older you get, you kind of know when, like, a guy likes you. You can tell by the way he looks at you. You can tell by the way he talks about you. You can tell by the way he talks to you. There was nothing that we saw. Anyway, maybe as soon as the cameras was down, he was, oh, baby, I love you. But there's nothing about their interaction. Every time they walked into the dinner party, she'll be clinging to his arm. That man could not get further away from her.
Every single week.
He couldn't get further away from you.
I know.
He said, I don't do compliments. I don't do that. Amy, you look great in that, I bet. Amy, what kind of things do you like? Amy, please let me lick your asshole. Like, it was crazy. It was crazy.
Wild. Honestly, it was wild. And
also, sorry, little side before we get to Amy. When he was doing all up, oh yeah, I bet you'd look good in that, you was laughing. When Luke does it, oh, you're disgusting, stop. We'll come to that.
So we'll talk about the updates. So at the final vows, why they even got to final vows?
Mad.
I will never understand, because from
when you were fighting Fighting. He's crying outside because you called him a narcissist. Why would you guys even bother to go and get the wedding dress to put her back in, get him the suit, drive them to the location? It's going to be a flop.
You know, you both know. You basically want to have your moment so you could be like, I hate you, I hate you. We are never going to be together, full stop.
Yeah.
But no, he didn't even get to finish.
No, he said, I'm not even going to stay here and argue with you.
The minute he started
crying.
Yeah, and then he walked off.
But is this what you wanted? You said you've come here basically to tell him like he's not the one for you.
Yeah.
If he walks away, what's the problem?
Yeah.
He's not the one. I don't know if maybe part of her was hoping he'd be like, but I love you.
No, in what way? In what world? The last time they saw each other, she had dashed drink on him.
No, she had dashed a drink, yeah.
Has she not?
No. That was at the after thing.
Oh, that was at the after thing, yeah, sorry. The last time they had seen each other, they had argued. Yeah, no.
She's like, you narcissist? No, I'm not going to have that. No, I'm not going to have that. She's going to call me a narcissist.
Oh, my Lord.
And then the boys just started. Do you know what's so funny? Like, the boys that were outside, Nathan, he doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah, he's not in the room with us.
He's looking at you. You're saying narcissist. He's probably thinking in his head, is he saying narcissist or narcissist? I don't know what's I don't think that's important right now. I'm here to comfort my friend. But also, he is saying that word wrong. I'm so sure he's saying the word wrong. Like, just a combination of idiots.
Honestly, it was just wild.
That was great. That for me.
Great TV.
Great TV.
Yeah. So I feel like, we knew it was not going to happen. They both say no. Or Adam is trying to say no. Holly is crying. They're either arguing and bickering. He's walked off. It's finished. Anyway, so we're going to move on to Nathan and... Oh, sorry. Actually, before we move on, should I tell you where they are now?
Sure.
Oh, actually... Oh, yeah. Maybe I should tell...
Holly.
Maybe I should tell you when we get to Amy.
Let's do it.
Now or Amy?
Let's do it. Now when we get there.
When we get there. Okay, let's move on to Lacey and Nathan.
Okay, I'm going to admit something.
Go on.
Lacey and Nathan made me cry.
Yeah, same.
When, I know like it was probably like production, but when he bought her the star and then she got him the teddy bear that said "Love you to the stars" and that.
Yeah, sweet.
I honestly started crying. Yeah. I was like, I don't know why, but this is just so cute. Like, I don't know. They've made so much progress as a couple, and they genuinely seem like they like each other. Yeah. And I think they're both good eggs. And I was just like, it must be really nice to do something for your partner and then like have them do something and it's like synced up. Yeah. I just thought it was really cute. And whoever produced that, great TV.
It was really sweet.
If they didn't produce it,
it was still sweet.
Literally heart emoji. Yeah. About that.
I felt a bit emotional during the final vows.
Yes, I was too. I
cried
again.
Yeah, it was. I think it was the fact that you knew it was so heartfelt, and also we know Nathan's story like all the way through.
He was like trying not to cry.
He was trying so hard not to cry. He has been struggling with his communication or just expressing himself to Lacey throughout the whole series, and to get to this point where he's written all this stuff down, and it was so lovely. Like everything he felt about her, and the whole like 360 from when he did the first vows to now.
Where he was like, I got these off Google.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas this is like, you know, it's coming from the heart. That made me feel really emotional. Honestly.
I really am. I will be sad if they've broken up because I am actually rooting for them. Oh God, here we go.
Okay, so I'm here to be the lead balloon. Unfortunately, they have broken up. Oh, and I felt that was really sad.
Why?
And they broke up like not long after the show ended.
Then this whole thing, it really is.
No point. I didn't read what happened, but it sounded like they kind of just drifted apart. But I don't know. Maybe see if I can find a story. It's just really sad because they were the only one that was keeping hope alive.
And this is a waste. Honestly, genuinely a waste of time.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find a story. But do you know what? It made me love Nathan, but I also have one thing about Nathan. Did Nathan have lip balm on the whole series?
Yeah, he was always
he was moisturised and he has good lips.
He was always hydrated.
He was.
Nathan, he's a little bit too polished for me. Like, as in, like, I like my men a little bit more, like...
Scruffy.
Laid back. Like, he's very polished.
Yeah. But
he is a sweetheart. And he's very handsome as well. Like, very handsome. Maybe sometimes I look at him like, maybe he's too handsome.
Yeah, that's the thing.
He looks like a literally a cutout of a boy band guy from like the 90s. Like he is
yeah. Is the hair as well, the spiky hair, the
spiky hair, the like eyebrow, like he's a cutie.
Yeah, so I mean, unfortunately, they split. They split after filming. It was really a number of like bitter rows between them, which led them to block each other on socials.
Bitter rows.
Yeah. And it doesn't look like there is any going back for them, and there is no love lost between them right now. They just aren't speaking, and they want to move on. There is going to be, we're going to talk about this later, but there's going to be a Maths UK Christmas reunion.
Yeah, they do that every year.
Yeah, so we'll find out a bit more about what happens. But
Awards could be fucking depressing.
It really is, because
bloody hell,
this was the best couple. It felt like the natural course of what Married at First Sight should be. You know, there's two strangers. Mm-hmm. They're not going to obviously fall in love at first sight. Like, let's be for real. They're going to build their relationship. They're going to grow. They're going to learn each other. They're going to learn about what makes each other tick. And they're going to have some disagreements. And then through it all, love conquers. He offers you
protection.
And he offers you a star.
A lot of love and affection.
I'm loving angels instead.
Apparently.
Yeah, do you know what? I really rooted for them. A lot of people have said like Lacey has been on quite a few reality shows with her family, in the past. So this is not her first go around, and maybe there may have been some fame hungry aspect to it. We don't know, and I don't necessarily think so, because
her mum was wild at the homestay.
Oh my god, I was so off-putting.
Her mum was wild, and her mum was wild when they came to visit her as well. Like, I think her mum is. There's something about her mum that's very familiar to me, in particular. That like highly strung, very quick to be like crying at the dinner table because of a small comment that Nathan said. Then when he comes around, being like, "Oh, I'll have him, Lacey, if you want him. Oh, he's so lovely." All that. It's just like that weird flip flop. Like, it is volatile.
It is, yeah. Honestly,
it's volatile.
And but because of Nathan's personality, I think he was just
rolling with it.
Yeah, he just always was. But
like when he was painting the house or whatever, her comments made me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And you could tell it was making him uncomfortable. Mm. And they were just laughing it off. It's like, sorry, speak to your mum. What the hell?
It was really weird. Yeah.
Like,
I didn't like that for him.
Your mum would try and mount me. Like, it's a lot.
It is. And you can tell that there's not a lot of men in the house.
No, I know. That's why.
So, it's kind of weird.
If anyone has seen the film The Beguiled,
I haven't seen it. No.
It is about a soldier, I think, who is injured during the Confederate War. I think it's the Confederate War. Anyway, he turns up at this like finishing school for women, and they decide to take care of him. And then every woman in there falls in love with him, and it becomes this like basically horror film about what is this guy gonna do, because these women are like willing to like kill each other over him.
Oh, sorry, I was about to make a joke like it's like being in a girls' school, but then you went into the horror part, and I was like, oh, not anymore.
No, it's not. It is not a pleasant time for Colin.
No. Okay.
Colin Farrell in that film.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed it, because I think that like stifling, that like, you know, the idea of a place full of women feels like it would be safe and nurturing, and actually it is the opposite for him. Yeah. So that's fun.
That's crazy.
And that's what this felt like to me. It's like he's walked into the lion's den and they're gonna rip him limb from limb.
Yeah. But yeah, so unfortunately, really I don't know, maybe I should have waited until the end, but
Love is dead.
I'm just being here to just tell you the truth.
Love is dead. You can't.
No.
Love on TV is dead. You cannot find love on TV.
I'm gonna, I have a comment right at the end about it, but yeah. The last couple, well, we've got a couple of the stragglers at the end, but the last main couple that I wanted us to talk about was Christina and Kieran.
Kieran is a prick.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it.
Yeah.
I don't think he liked Christina from the beginning.
Yeah.
Maybe it was because of the PMDD. Maybe he did like her until then. I actually think it's bigger than that. Like, he didn't seem, honestly, attracted to her.
No.
Like, the not touching her after the cold sore was gone.
And then
why let someone on... Sorry.
Yeah, go on.
He has herpes.
Yeah.
Why let him on the show? Why let him on the show?
There usually is like health screening, testing, all before a show with all contestants. So that should have been picked up. The guy has herpes. But also, the guy was there kissing bare people as well.
Yeah, but the cold sore cleared up.
Yeah, but even so,
the flare up is gone. I can't spread it right now.
Yeah, but the fact that he was giving anyone who was willing a kiss on the lips.
Anyone but his wife.
Yeah.
Mad.
Weird.
Again, and sorry, cruel. Yeah. This is the thing about Kieran. He hides behind this like, I'm a jovial guy. I care about Christina so much. Meanwhile, your actions are actually giving you don't give a heck about her because the person has told you, I really miss intimacy. I want to be intimate with you. And then you're like, oh, I don't know. I need to think about it. Then you're kissing everybody else in the mouth. Ugh. You're hugging up everyone to everyone that you love them.
Yeah, it's wild. And also, one thing that also started to frustrate me towards the end of the series, and what kind of ultimately led to their breakup was Kieran comparing Christina to his ex-girlfriend.
Meanwhile saying, I've never met anyone like her.
True.
What?
It doesn't make sense.
Literally.
Like, in my head, I was like, this guy must have been severely traumatized by that last relationship.
I don't think he was. I think he just didn't want to be with Christina. And he was using that as an excuse. Oh, it's because you remind me of my ex. Because he didn't want to be honest with her. Saying, I'm not attracted to you.
Yeah.
Which is the truth of it. You're not.
Yeah.
Should not even be able to kiss her.
Yeah,
I just don't want to lead her on. Then to come out of the experiment and have dating someone for 3 weeks before you guys have the final dinner party. Yeah. To do that, like in all honesty, you need to have checked out of your relationship, but way before. Yeah. Because otherwise you would still be nursing a broken heart. Yeah. You weren't nursing that broken heart no more. They came out of the experiment. Christina hasn't even so much as looked at another man. She's pining after you. Meanwhile, you dated someone for 3 weeks. The other day. Yeah, no, he was out. And I think maybe at I think they were intimate during the honeymoon. Yeah, I think so. And then that was it. Yeah. And I think she got her first PMDD outbreak, I think, right at the end of their honeymoon. Outbreak?
Flare.
It was, I don't know what you called it. Episode,
yeah. So she has her first PMDD episode, I think, right at the end of the honeymoon into the first week. Because also, perfectly honest, if you could see on the show, there were periods where she looked... You could tell that she was suffering, like just in her demeanor, in her face, and the way that she looked. She didn't have to expressly say like I'm in PMDD mode now, but there was a point right at the end that she was, and she looked fine. But there's some parts throughout the series where I could tell, she looks like she's in pain. Like she looks like she's struggling. She doesn't look like the Christina that the bubbly Christina that we met on day one, where she was like almost too much. Yeah. And so I wish we understood a bit more about what the impact is. Actually, no, we tried to understand a bit more what the impact was on him, but I felt like he used it as such a massive excuse, and actually it's so damaging to her psyche and her personality, and also to herself, to know that this illness is blocking my blessings, which is not true.
Think it was very
insensitive as well.
Bad story editing. Yeah. To have it be like Christina's story is she's come on here looking for love because she's found that like she has a very particular kind of personality. She also has PMDD, and her fear is that maybe she'll always be too much for someone, and then pair up with someone who then says you're too much. Yeah. Like that's not a nice, befitting story, is it? No. Like I feel like everybody else's story didn't end exactly in the way where it's like, your worst fear, here it is. Yeah,
it's true. And so her breakup just felt really painful because it felt like it wasn't her fault.
It wasn't.
It was completely out of her control.
It wasn't. He's a loser. Sorry, I just think he is a loser. Like being like, oh, my other, because the reason started coming out of the woodwork. Mother things like she's not got 5-year plan. Sorry, you're a clown. Yeah, you are a literal clown. Yeah. Oh, what is the 5-year plan that you have that's so fantastic that it makes you better than Christina? Yeah,
or the fact that
she has a business.
Yeah. Oh, that he doesn't. The fact that she prioritizes me instead of prioritizing her business, her career. And then she said, but why are you on the show then?
Literally, you're trying to tell me that you want to be with someone who's like, you will never be my priority. Meanwhile, you were complaining that your ex treated you like that. Yeah. And then literally was cheating on you and had you sitting in the car outside the front.
Yeah, that was, everything about it just was messed up. And I think he was trying to mess up the story to confuse her.
Yeah, it was confusing. And it was aggravating to watch, actually. Yeah. Because I do stand by that. And I think because it's TV, it's even more obvious. So, like, words not reflecting actions. Like, the confusion that you're saying you feel, but suddenly you're really quick to say what it is that you have a problem with. You're not confused.
Yeah.
You know, I'm wondering if the PMDD is going to be too much for me. You'd already decided, because from that point, you did not make an effort with her. Yeah. She was bending over backwards, got your dog up from your house to come down and see she couldn't, there's nothing more she could have done. Yeah. And you just didn't want to be with her.
She loved you so much. And honestly, again, going back like to even the point about Sasha and Ross, at the beginning they were positioned as like basically one of the strongest, if not the strongest couple, for it to all go away because he wasn't interested. And I don't think he was ever interested. So it was a facade. Let's just keep it going. Yeah, I really want the best for Christina. Yeah. And I know, like, the thing is, there are men out there who will be like, forget this PMDD nonsense. I'm here to support you.
Yeah, I give a heck about that.
No, I will be here for the thick and the thin. I will also be here to support you. I love you. I love who you are, the energy you bring, and I will be there to fill the gaps when you need me to be.
He said, I might have to support my ex so much. I don't want to have to support. Yeah. What do you mean? Yeah. What you're describing is a business partnership. Yeah. Who wants to be with someone who doesn't want to prioritize them and doesn't feel, I don't want to have to support you? Yeah. That is all we're here to do for each other, is to support each other emotionally. What else are you doing with your time? We don't have no kids. Yeah. Apparently, you've got your 5-year plan for your business, so you're set. What else are you doing? No. About validating your partner, taking care of your partner is too much for you. You acting like the woman is an invalid. She's not. Yeah. I don't know.
To me,
she existed before you. How she had handled her PMDD to this point? How has she done that without you, Kieran? King Kieran.
Be for real. And to me, the more he was talking, I was like, you should never have been on this show to begin with. Never. You are not ready to be in a relationship. He's given me. He's a cross between two types of archetypes that we see. He's either going to be a man who's going to be a forever bachelor because he just doesn't want to be inconvenienced by a woman. Or two, he's the man that would have been in a long-term relationship with a girl, string her along saying, one day I'll propose, one day I'll commit. And then he'll break up with the girl. Next minute, the next woman he meets, marries her in 6 months.
Yeah.
He's one or the two.
I also think there's like that third option, which I think, someone we met recently falls into. You were badly hurt in your last relationship and you've put your walls up and now you're just out here causing distress and chaos to other women who don't deserve it. Yeah. You need to go to therapy and deal with what happened to you. It is fucked that your ex would cheat on you and have you sitting in the car outside while she was doing that. That's fucked. Yeah. That's not Christina. No. And it was really winding me up when he kept being like, I've put a pros and cons list together and I'm seeing that you guys are exactly the same.
How?
Is it your fear that she'll put you outside and make you like? Because I'm not getting that impression at all. And then again, on the other hand, you're saying you've never met anyone like Christina. So, which is it, sweet? Yeah. I don't know. I think he was all the way down in my esteem.
Yeah, 100%. And I think he was saying all the nice stuff because he knew how his edit would look.
I agree.
Because everyone loves Christina. Like Christina, she didn't do anything wrong.
Not one thing.
Not one thing. She was out of the drama. She's there supporting everyone. Even with all the nonsense, she just kept her mouth pimped and, just focused on her relationship. And everyone loved her. And he knew that she would get the good edit. So he wants to be associated with that good edit, but also don't want to be with her anywhere.
What's your 5-year plan? You're on a fucking TV show.
Yeah, exactly. Which is what she's telling me. Yeah, she literally, what is you're on Married at First Sight.
What is your this is part of your 5-year plan?
Please. Maybe I'll finish up with okay, the next one I'll quickly do is Hannah and Stephen.
They were able to have one civil conversation.
And that was it. Hannah kept on coming back she came back for the final girls get together.
Yeah, which she was supposed to.
Yeah. I mean, it comes to find out that Hannah has built really great friendships with the guys.
I honestly, go, sorry.
Which I think is evident by the fact that all the girls, bar Emma, Christina, didn't like her.
But it's like petty and lame shit. Yeah. Sorry. If you're, we said this I think when we were talking about her before. If you're secure in your relationship, right, what can Hannah do to you?
True.
What can Hannah do to you?
True.
You guys are not built the same. your man doesn't want to be with Hannah, what can Hannah do to you? I think the minute they, like, said, oh, we think you're a man-eater, she also then had no choice but to lean into it, because you're ostracizing me and you're telling me the only way to be in this group is to humble yourself to us. You are the new person, so you need to come in on bended knee, supplicant, beg for us to allow you to come and sit with us.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm not going to do that, which is fair. I also would not do that. No. What the hell? No. I'm not in a relationship with you. I don't give a heck whether you like me or not.
And she there was one point where she said, it's literally been 2 weeks. I've known these people for 2 weeks. Why should I care?
I feel like yes, she led into it. Yes, she probably was trying to wind people up sometimes, but also so were they.
Yeah.
Multiple times trying to wind her up. When Stephen came in at the dinner, Holly's got up, oh, Stephen, I've missed you so much, so nice to see you, blah blah. And then she was like, when did they start speaking? And then back to what was the issue the whole time? It's one rule for Hannah, another rule for everyone else, and they're only doing it because they're trying to wind her up. But what they're doing is exactly what she's doing.
Yeah.
So, I'm with her. If you don't like me, like, I don't know, maybe you've seen 20 minutes of me, or maybe you listen to this podcast and you're like, yeah, I don't like that girl. That's fine. But don't try and tell me it's because of the way I acted, because of this and that. Oh, you stepped on people's toes. No, you don't like me, and that's fine. Yeah. Not everyone's going to like everyone. That is actually fine. Yeah. Actually, good sense. You're not supposed to like every single person on the planet. But please don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. Yeah. Like, I think she literally said that as well.
Yeah.
I have more respect for people who I'm going to be honest with you, I just don't like her vibe.
Wish she was.
Like, when you walk in here, I feel sick. I literally work with someone who I'm like, I just don't like you. I'm so sorry. I just don't like you. Like, I just think you're a nerd. I think I get really bad vibes from you. That's the truth. I don't think the nerd part is a joke, but I just don't get good vibes from you. I don't think you want good for me. I don't think you want good for my friends. So I don't really like you. It's not a beef thing. Never that. Yeah, but it's a workplace.
I just know where I stand.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be close to you. I'm trying to be like, hey, that's bestie. No. Yeah. I don't think you like me, and that's okay.
Yeah. Wish you the best.
100%. Actually, maybe I don't, but
just peace. I want a great line that's just like, peace be to you, and leave me alone.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Stephen.
Oh yeah. Also, Hannah also went on one day, realized it wasn't a thing.
What with Orson?
Yeah, but they also did something on social media where they tried to like tease that they were together. Come to find out that Orson hard launched his own relationship with another girl who's not an experiment. It's very weird.
Yeah, but on the show they were like, we went on one day and it didn't happen.
Yeah, so we never.
It was just trying to maximise.
It was like before the episode, but yeah, it was weird.
But I think people are using this as an opportunity for me to boost myself. That's why I come on here. I don't think anyone came on here for love. It's just a good way to present myself.
True.
Stephen did try and shoot his shot with Shannon afterwards.
Oh, he tried so hard.
It's just all of it so cringe.
It's
like,
so
grow
cringe.
up.
I don't get it, because Shannon didn't want you the first time. To shoot your shot the second time, she don't want you, boo.
Because in his head he was thinking the problem was the husband.
Yeah.
Let me check when the husband's not there. She's like, it's still a no, babe. It's still a no.
It's absolutely like, I don't like you.
Damn.
I really don't like you at all.
I would have to leave.
Honestly, this is embarrassing. Speaking of Shannon and Ryan came back. They had left the experiment like halfway through abruptly, and they came back and tried to give some explanation as to why they left so quickly and what caused it.
Very conflicting stories. Yeah. Again, I just was sitting there being like, and this, why even bother telling us this? Because we have no way of verifying it, and we've just got to sit here. She's saying he was abusive.
Yeah.
He was calling me fat.
Yeah.
He was making comments about me as soon as the cameras are off. He was like, that never happened. We were just not a good match for each other. And actually, you got up and left and never told me why.
Yeah.
So, you're the villain here. It was basically, he's a villain. No, she's a villain.
Yeah.
And I was like, get them both off. Get them both off.
Get them out.
Get them out of there.
Yeah. Last but not least, Amy and Luke.
Listen. I think I might have said it when they came in, and I'll say it again now. When Luke first came on the show, I said, oh dear, this is Cringeosaurus Rex. He is the cringiest guy on the planet. Every time he opens his mouth, I feel I'm gonna got the ick so bad. That being said, Luke is very hot.
No, you know when you said that Nathan's too hot? I think Luke is too hot.
I agree with you. He's like, his body is mad.
Insane. It's so
his face mad.
He looks so conventionally hot that I don't find him attractive.
His face though is kind of like a little boy's. I can't describe it. There's something about it. I think he literally looks like a dog, like a puppy that you turned into a person.
Yeah.
Like a puppy that got a man's body. Like he has such a like innocent little face, but like the filthiest mind.
Oh my gosh.
On the planet. And I think on the honeymoon, like at the beginning, obviously she was like, Amy was like, this is gonna creep me out. It's like this all the time. Then on the honeymoon, after they bump butts, she's like, giggling. Oh, so you like it. Mm. I don't know what happened. Whether it was... Actually, do you think the turning point was Sasha and the girls being like, he's fake? Because they put the idea in her head, she said, nice.
Yeah.
I now...
have ammunition,
I have now decided that I've got enough info to start my narrative that I've decided I want to end the show on, which is the scorned woman who gets her own back. Except for the person she's trying to do scorned woman with is literally a puppy. Nobody hates Luke. Nobody thinks Luke is a villain. Even that line about how he wrote her a letter on her birthday, sent her a total, and then said, I want to terrorize your bumhole.
I'm sorry.
He is a comedian. He's a stand-up comedian.
It was funny, but also I was like, huh?
He's weird guy.
It's honestly weird. To me, that was
He's a weird guy, but she buoyed it.
Yeah.
At the homestay, embarrassing him in front of her friends, trying to get him to say that he does topless waiter. Why would you do that? Why would you do it like that? If you liked him, you wouldn't do it like that. Yeah. She'd already decided she didn't like him and she wanted to embarrass him. She felt, I think, that he'd embarrassed her by lying. And yes, he did lie. But the lies were not like... I don't know. The lies were... You guys could have moved on with your lives.
Okay. I know people say, there's white lies, there's this lies, there's that lies. Also, why is it white lies?
Wow. Wow. Why is it?
Why? Anyway, I have a thing about the lying thing.
I agree. I don't like lying.
Because I feel like, once you like Pringles, once you pop, you can't stop. And I feel like it could really avalanche into something that's bigger. And the fact that he found it so easy to say, to have those quote unquote white lies or admit certain things made me feel like I don't know if I could 100% trust him. So there were points in the series where I kind of got Amy's perspective. Now, the way she handled it was crazy. But I also will say, like, on the sexual thing, like, she expressed it on so many occasions. Like, the way that you speak, especially maybe it's the public setting now, how we appear outside. I can imagine that it did feel uncomfortable. And it's quite cringeworthy. Like, the way... Basically,
he was always like
that. He was from day one. Like, Luke's behavior reminds me of an African uncle. The way, like, the cringe, in terms of the cringiness of how he speaks, it's not even about the sexual aspects. It's just like the way he behaves gives uncle vibes. But she knew that from the jump, and for her, I know, because he's not unattractive. I think had he been not her type, that would have been very, very easy to be like, it's a hell no. Yeah. Like, he's cringy and I don't like him.
Yeah.
So I kind of got some of her perspective. And in the terrorizing your bumhole, I know it was funny to everyone, but I didn't like that line at all. But that was after the final vows.
Yeah, that was after the final vows.
So
I feel like he was taking the piss.
He was 100%. Oh, if you wear the brooch, I know you're mine.
Yeah, he's in a romance novel.
He is, yeah.
But a romance novel that he is the only character in. He thinks she's in it. She doesn't want to be in the romance novel. Yeah. But the way that he behaves is like a Lothario in a smutty book, you know?
Yeah.
And I think maybe that's where he's learned about how to seduce women. And so he's like, I don't understand why this is not working on you. Everybody else loves it.
Yeah. Can we talk about the final vows?
Yeah, absolutely. So she says she's going to leave at one point. He says he's going to stay. She says she's going to try and get over the lies. She does not get over the lies, right? Yeah. I feel like that was cruel. I think she should have just said, I'm going to go home if that was how she was going to do it. But anyway, they make it to final vows. Crazy, by the way. This person was going to go home last week.
Yeah.
When they turned up at the final vows, I said, oh, it's a no, obviously, but this is mad. She's wearing a all black outfit like she's going to a funeral.
Because she said in the beginning, if I wear black, it's a no. if I wear white, it's a yes.
Here comes Luke, handshaking, reading. I'm so glad that we got paired with each other. I do feel like you make my life better and complete. I'm glad to have met you, and I hope that we continue our journey and you continue to leave the door ajar. Sweet, right?
Yeah.
Amy the whole time is smiling and nodding, which is what I thought was the darkest thing about that. He's thinking, okay, she's responding, she like it, okay. Gets to her, and she's like, she's in full villain era. Like, she really was like, I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get my revenge. And it was so over the top. She actually even had the cringiness to say, I'm wearing black to signify the death of our love. Oh my God.
Deceased. Dead. R.I.P.
Literally. And he's just standing there. The most gormless look on his face. I was like, this is, you think you ate.
So bad.
You think you ate
so
down.
Bad.
And it just looks so bad.
Yeah. He's
not the person that deserves to get ate up.
I saw someone wrote on Twitter, like, oh, this is, what in the amateur GCSE?
Literally, this is an episode of Glee. I actually saw that this has happened in Glee before, actually.
Yeah.
They're walking off, not even letting, he's like, oh, can I? No, she's walked off. In her head, she was like, that's going to be viral. That's going to be viral.
I've made my moment.
And I'm about to be getting brand deals upon brand. I was like, no, bitch, this is not shaken DT.
No, at all.
Shaken DT. There is no win. You haven't win nothing.
Nothing.
I lost a lot of respect for her.
Yeah, that was really bad.
It was cruel.
Yeah.
I don't get what you think you get out of being cruel. You could have had that moment and come out of this with a lot of people respecting you.
Yeah, true.
You don't need to be a bitch about it.
I feel like the thing that she could have done, honestly, even if it was on the day of the final vows, just saying, can I please go and see Luke? And in the hotel room, just say, look.
Is it going to be a no?
No, I really care for you, but I don't think in the long term we're meant to be. I think there's a lot of stuff that we've overcome, and I'm so proud of the friendship that we've built, but it's a wrap. Yeah. I love you, but I'm going to leave you. That could have been her line. I love you, but I'm going to leave you. R.I.P.
Yeah.
If she wants to have a moment, but like I just felt like it could have been handled so much more maturely. Yeah, so much. Yeah, maturely, is that word?
Yeah. She thought she. Yeah.
It just could have been so much more mature.
It was so weird, and also from the point with the friends, I started to be like, look at her differently and be like, she's also here for like her moment. Yeah. She's here for a moment.
So, because apparently Amy was friends with one of the other cast members from the previous season. So she knows what this world is, honestly. So
what's the tea? I'm assuming they're not together.
They're not together at all. No, the tea is there were some pictures on social media with Amy and Adam.
Because she was forcing it the whole season. Yeah. She even went outside to wipe his eyes when he got called a narcissist. Like, she was such a pick me.
So there've been pictures of them like looking all kind of like. It's more funny, jokey, friendly type of things on social.
See, you guys was worried about Hannah.
Yeah, you should have forgot about Hannah. You should have forgot about Amy. Because Amy is technically his type. Petite and blonde.
You guys are goofy.
You're dumb.
You guys don't, like, you lack the ability to... The logic is never in the room. No, it's all emotion.
Yeah.
I don't like how Hannah's making me feel, so my focus is on Hannah. Meanwhile, there is somebody laughing and joking with your man.
Yeah.
Who waited 2 weeks to tell you, oh, by the way... You're saying he's never complimented you, but...
That was wild.
At the sex shop, he said he wanted to see me model. He said I could probably pull it off.
The fact that she waited until that moment to be like, let me just add some more fuel to that fire.
Remembered.
Yeah. So there's pictures of them. Now that has led to a fallout of pretty much majority of the Maths UK group because they had like WhatsApp groups. Some of that has been broken down.
The group has fallen out because Amy and Adam took a picture together.
Polly is mad, and I think that's erupted because Polly and Holly are friends. Like,
but that's not your boy. Amy was never your girl. You thought Amy was your girl.
Yeah.
She wasn't.
So I think that's ended up being more, and then of course like Polly attacking Adam, but we already knew that. We didn't do that. So I think basically what we're trying to say is that there's a potential that Adam and Amy are.
I bet Amy was the one who ratted. You know when he was saying at the final dinner, oh, you were sharing pictures of me in the WhatsApp group. You were sharing pictures of me in the WhatsApp group. I bet Amy's the one who told him about that. Yeah, because sorry. They
were tight.
Who in the group is blabbing?
No, because no one is as tight with Adam that we know of. Like, Emma's not part of it. Christina's not part of it. Sasha's not part of it. Holly is with Polly. Hannah's nowhere, the absolute enemy number one. Rochelle's nowhere near the chat. So who else? Shannon's not there. It's gonna be Amy. So that's what's happening, and there's beef at the moment. It will probably come more to life in the reunion. But yeah, that's pretty much
true colours have come out.
Oh, 100%.
That's what that reunion is going to be, a shit show.
Yeah, and that's
not one couple,
not one, and that's the reunion we should have had instead of the final commitment ceremony where no one committed. Like, it, to me, it dragged. Like, you know, when we talk about Love Island, the final week,
commitment ceremony was a waste of time.
It was such a waste of time. We talk about the last 2 weeks of Love Island being like a real waste of time. In this case, the last couple of episodes could have been done. Like, the minute they had the final vows, give us one more week and then give us that reunion. Done. A proper reunion.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. What were your overall thoughts on the series?
Wild.
Yeah.
Honestly wild. Yeah. Like, entertaining for sure.
Yeah.
But really, love on TV is down.
Yeah. It's really
actually, it's done. It's deceased.
Yeah.
Dead.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Loser. You're a loser.
Honestly, she thought she ate. She ate.
Literally vibrating because she thought she ate so much. She could barely get the words out. She could barely get the words out.
Her eyes were smizing so much. Like, oh my gosh, I made it, baby.
Even after he'd said what he said, when she'd been smiling at, you could see her getting into character. Be like, right, I need to behave like I'm mad out. To be
perfectly honest, there's no man that are like that wicked for you to have that moment. But especially by the time you get to Final Vows, you could have had that moment with some of the men during the series. Like Alex, you could have given that moment. Who else? Who else was really mean? Kieran, you could have given him that moment. But like, not Luke.
Also, never give a man that moment. What the hell? Sorry, this is why
I'm down for revenge. I'm down for revenge.
Never let you know you got me out of character. I'm wearing a black dress, a black hat.
That fascinator was just wild.
To come and stand here and be like, I got you, but never.
Yeah.
You will never see me again. That's how you'll know.
Yeah, honestly,
I'm not doing this. You're not going back and forth.
The best thing she could have done, just not turn up.
I'm not coming.
Not turn up. They would have thought, I'm not turning up.
And you would have looked goofy.
Yeah,
stand
really
there by yourself
goofy.
waiting for me to get there.
When I told you that you've been lying to me all this time. So yeah, I feel like this season, it's definitely been it's been entertaining, no doubt about it, but it's definitely been really disappointing overall.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, the best Maths UK season is the first one when they came back with the new format, when they brought the commitment ceremonies and they brought the confession couches. I always get it wrong. That's the same thing. The dinner parties. Like, the first time they did it, it had the entertainment factor, and I think
they also didn't do it as much as they do it now.
No,
the dinner party be like once a week, maybe. Yeah. This was every day.
Yeah, and the honesty boxes every single day to come out and just prod.
Yeah, it was overproduced.
Yeah,
somehow, and also still missed out so much TV.
Yeah, and that's where I feel like that's where we have seen this issue with this series. And I remember, I think at the beginning of our review a couple of episodes ago, I said that Paul was in an interview with the Receipts, and he mentioned that this series is going to be slightly different because it's going to be focusing on topics that, you know, couples really face, and you really get to see the differences of the.
Like what?
I know it was. He didn't go into detail, and that I know why, because
there was nothing.
There was nothing, and then he also talked about the fact that, you know, Married at First Sight, the original one that I remember watching how many years ago. It was a smaller format. Smaller number of couples. There was a bit of drama. I think the big drama was one guy was still on Tinder, and there were matches, and some of them were still together for a very long time. Maybe they're not together now, but there was a lot more yeses. But it was a boring show, and then the producers came in and made it the production value after seeing Maths Australia. And I think the problem is, like you said, it's become so overproduced that even the matches. Like, there is no way that experts are involved, because he alluded to it in that interview that, oh, really, is the producers that are doing the matches, and you see it because someone's like, I don't like dogs. They put them with someone who's got 15,000 dogs. Like, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, but what's so weird this is now, like, we're aware that you do that.
Yeah.
It's been memed to death, right? You've seen that TikTok video where they're like, she's scared of spiders and he loves rats. We're gonna pair them together because it's gonna be the couple to end all couples.
Oh, but that's weird.
Yeah, he got hit by a car, but she was driving it. We're putting them together. Like, what the fuck?
Those guys are hilarious. They're absolutely hilarious.
So, like, if I'm a producer on the show, I'm seeing that, I'm laughing, and I'm going, we need to do better.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Because they've got our formula down.
Yeah. But this season isn't a reflection of that at all, because I feel like with every single couple, they've tried so hard to make us believe that, oh, these are actual matches, but there is no way in the world where Emma and Casper could have been something, but she looks like his sister and he hates his sister.
How are they supposed to know he hates his sister? How?
I mean, I'm sure he would have said something. Also, what I need these producers to do, if you guys want to be involved in the matchmaking process, which I do not believe he should be, I want you to ask all the contestants to show the last 5 exes they had.
I think,
to be for real, because the physical aspect has been an issue. The girls like all the the matches they've been given. The men don't like the female matches.
It's just an easy way to start drama, isn't it?
It is,
to
yeah.
be like, oh, you find her repulsive? Brilliant. This is going to be great.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know, the ethics of that. Like, you go to bed at night, you feel good that you put a woman in a position where she has to share a bed with a man who hates her.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It doesn't sit well. And then going back to the whole point with like Sasha and Ross and Alex and Rochelle and Polly, like the duty of care around abuse, and even Shannon and Ryan, even though they don't touch on it that much, like there is a serious issue around the safety and the well-being of the contestants to the point where this isn't like, I'm trying to think of other dating shows where it's a bit more open. Like, this is really intimate.
Yeah, where you get to go home at the end and you are having time to reflect. It doesn't seem like there's much time because you are spending 24 hours. It's like Love Island, isn't it? You're in that bubble.
Yeah.
And you're going stir crazy anyway because you're in a bubble.
Yeah.
And then things are probably happening. You're not sure if it's just weird because it's the show or weird because it's actually weird and you shouldn't be in that situation. And I think they're banking on that. Yeah,
which is just, it just feels wild and uncomfortable,
Yeah, but I think what's even crazier is knowing that, like, I'm sure half these people are perfectly normal people.
Yeah.
And they come on here and it just amplifies every single flaw or trait that they have. You're adding people who are volatile even before you brought them on the show. Like, I understand you got to produce the show, but like you do have to draw a line somewhere.
Come on, and I just feel like this season just didn't have that. And yeah, I think we have just gone through a season of just not great dating shows.
Yeah.
And I as the lads and the ladies know, I'm a Christian, so we've been doing this thing at church and talking about like, certain things about our faith and how we walk on a day-to-day basis, and there's a conversation about how like there's so many things that shape our day-to-day, the people that we're around, of course, where we and how we spend our time, the habits, the stories that we hear, the stories that we believe, and some of that, when we talk about stories, it means like things that we watch, the content we consume, and we consume a lot of content and we love it, like a lot of reality dating shows, we consume so much of it that it's got to a point where it's kind of skewed my thoughts of like, what does relationships look like?
I 100% agree with you, and I think coming to the end of Love is Blind, even talking about Pop the Balloon last week, I do not think that they are good or healthy things to consume en masse, right? And I think it's interesting that you said you saw the Love Island, Married at First Sight New Zealand has started, and you just went, no, I need a break. I feel that way about these shows, period. Like these dating shows, we maybe need a break for our sanity, and obviously we've got the podcast and we think it is important to talk about for that. But in terms of like making you feel excited about being out in the world and dating and meeting other people, they are actually working to do the opposite of that. Because they are, the people that they cast are very particular kind of person, and in their pursuit of fame and whatever, and they're there for never there for the right reasons. It just sort of reflects back to you that no one is serious about dating.
Yeah.
And when you think about that as a person who is dating, you watch that enough of that, and like you are probably then looking at the people that you're dating and judging them by the same standard. It's like, oh no, actually I was just busy with work. It's like, or were you with your other wife, or the 3 kids that you don't take care of, or this or that or the other. Like you become more guarded and less trusting, and like just less optimistic about the fact that you're gonna find someone nice. And you sort of said, I felt that very much with Casper and Emma. In that, like, I think deep down their fear in that situation, the reason why it was really hitting Casper so much that the experiment wasn't going well, is that it's reinforcing his fear that he's never gonna find someone. Same for Emma. Him saying that stuff about her was reinforcing that fear that she was never gonna find someone. And the show basically left them on the note of like, well, yeah, you didn't. But be excited to go out there and date again. And surprise, surprise, when they come back to that dinner, guess what? They're not dating. Like, it's not a environment that breeds hope and joy and optimism for love or the future. It capitalizes on our, as in the viewers, like, interest in and pursuit of and also reinforcing the fairy tale of love.
Oh, 100%. Like, the whole idea of love at first sight, like, that's what this premise of this show 100%. Is. Of what taken to 1,000, you know,
same
in terms of
Love Is Blind.
Same with Love Is Blind.
Imagine you can fall in love with someone sight unseen.
Yeah, that's the thing. And I think that's where, like, yeah, it's nice to have that hope and that feeling, like, you know, love is really special, especially when people meet their person. But to be able to create a narrative that can be twisted in such a deep way, and I know that there's an idealistic view of love, and in reality, a relationship is hard. Like, we all have relationships with the people around us, our family, our friends, etc. It's not easy, and yes, it's important to reflect some of that, but I just feel like the contestants that they bring onto the show have been created in a very extreme archetype to heighten, at times, potential fears in people, as you mentioned, and also to distort how we view love and relationships and create distrust. Because I think watching the show more and more, you're like, wow, this is bad. I don't want to negate the power of reality dating shows, because I feel like over the years, it has definitely taught me things of, like, even just being able to identify red flags very quickly in someone. That some of that has been fed by being able to see it so clearly presented on TV. Even that sometimes when we had the bait and switch, where you're like, I really like this character, I really like this person, then right at the end you're like, wow, is this what he was doing behind the scene, or was this what she was doing behind the scene? So I've learnt stuff from it, but
I also think, like, you've learnt it because it has been packaged in a very particular way towards you, right?
That's true, yeah.
We're not looking at raw footage. The real test would be, if you were just looking at raw footage, could you be able to say, oh, uh-oh? Or is it once someone has shown you clip after clip after clip? Like, think about, you know, when right at the beginning when we were talking about Ross and Sasha, and how they kept showing clips of Ross being like, oh, I can't wait to fuck my wife. I can't wait to fuck my wife. Like, all for us to then, for them to have a conversation and to be like, oh, no, I totally understand that.
Yeah.
Like, you guys, you are manipulating us. That is what that's what TV is. That is what storytelling is. We are being manipulated. I think the problem with reality TV is that it says reality. So you think it's real in the way that you know fiction show fiction. That's not real. But you don't know that about reality TV. Even when you think you know that, you don't really know that. Like, you don't know what parts have been orchestrated. You don't know where the production starts and ends. And I think the reason why I'm like, it might be worth taking a break or, like, sort of putting those aside for good is, I don't know how you make an ethical, genuine dating show. Yeah. I don't know how you do that. You can't say the contestants, because guess what? Yeah. You cannot negate, you actually can't stop, and you don't want to, the kind of people that want to be famous from coming on your show, because those are the characters. Yeah. Little Miss Muffet, who lives down the road and has an admin job and doesn't want to be famous, who would be great TV, it's never going to apply.
Yeah.
So unless we start plucking people just out of their lives, like jury service,
Which,
you just get pulled onto to some reality TV show. This is when it can't, like, that part can't be changed. If that part can't be changed, then the producing part can't be changed. Like, I don't think it's possible. And I think there's still something you can enjoy knowing this is unethical, knowing that this is not really interested in the end goal being people falling in love. But I think it's hard when you are trying to date to really watch these things and say none of it's going in your head.
Yeah, it's true. Do you know what I miss, those days, and they probably still do it now, is when you have some of these reality shows where they put a disclaimer at the beginning going, some of this is for your entertainment. Well, they used to do on Made in Chelsea. Did they used to do on Made in Chelsea? No. There was definitely a show that they used to put like a black screen, white writing disclaimer saying, some scenes have been edited or some scenes have been manufactured in a way for your purpose, for your entertainment. And I think it made it very clear, like, you are going to be in a world that looks real but is not 100% truthful. But it helps with setting the expectation and managing the expectation of the viewer, which you don't have with maths. And I think why maths felt unique when it first came through, it was because of the experts. Like, the experts aspect was a differentiator, it was a point of difference from other shows, because it felt like, this is scientifically being analysed and there is facts to this, and there is understanding who each of the contestants are and how they match and their personalities, and it felt like there was some...
It's the power of the word experiment.
It's the experiment aspect, which I think...
We don't see anything experimental happening on that show.
100%.
They say this is an experiment and we'll go,
they did great.
It's real.
Because when Casper turned around and said, why did you match me with this woman? I want to find out from you. I was accusatory to the experiment.
He said,
tell me what's exactly in my...
the cameras out there.
In my results, in my testing, in my psychometric testing, that tells you that out of all of my personalities, my quirks, my results, that I will match with this woman perfectly. And they couldn't say anything.
But also, even as you're saying that, I'm hearing... I'm just thinking, if psychological tests could successfully pair people up, wouldn't we be doing that?
True.
Wouldn't that be how we paired people up? If we figured out the formula, here is a test, you take this test at the end, if you get 8 and he gets 8, you two are going to be...
That's the episode of Black Mirror. That's the episode of Black Mirror.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is not how this thing works. It's never been how this thing works. So even us buying into this idea of like, well, it's an experiment to see if it can work. It's goofy as fuck. It's not going to work. Yeah. People have been obsessed with the idea of love in relationships for centuries. True. If none of them have figured out what the formula is, why do you think this TV show on Channel 4 has cracked it?
And you know what always makes me laugh is at the end they always do a little throw forward to what happens next week, and it's always disaster.
It is always.
And at the end, ping, if you would like to be part of No First Time, please apply. I laugh so hard. But there's a couple of episodes where they drop that little teaser, especially the ones where it's really bad. Yeah. They don't even bother to put that little,
I also wonder
little ad.
They put the teaser there as a dare. Like, you're sitting at home eating your Rice Krispies, being like, I would never do that if that was me. I would do this. Exactly. And those are the people that then typing away. Yeah. Get me on the show. I would fucking eat.
True. And also now, because this series is 9 seasons in, we know the power of what the show can give in terms of notoriety and social media.
None of you are famous.
Yeah, not one of them now. I mean, they've got like 100,000 followers on Instagram. But
lots of people. Look, but
true.
I think we forget there are bare people out there with 100,000 followers that we've never heard of and never will hear of.
True. We went through that People magazine thing, and I didn't know a single one of those influencers. Didn't know who those people were. But I just feel like, this series, is kept hope down, not kept hope alive. The only show that I watched...
Love is down this year.
Love is down. The only series, like, if I think about it this whole year, the only reality dating series that I've enjoyed have been The Golden Bachelor. No, sorry, The Golden Bachelorette, which was just finished. these contestants are in their 60s and 70s. That's the only reason why I'm enjoying it. It's so heartfelt. There's no drama. Because the producers are working overtime to try and get drama. Barely any drama. The woman picked a guy who, from day dot, was committed. He said he loved her. He wanted to be with her. Unfortunately, his mom passed away during the show. He came back after they did the burial. Came back for her, which is wild. But he did. He brought her. He was committed. But on social media, they were like, he's too controlling. He's this. He's that. We're going to have to wait a couple of months to see if they're still together. So maybe I'll be changing my mind in the new year. But there was just something so wholesome about the show. The same way I felt with The Golden Bachelor, but unfortunately they broke up. But in this, even The Bachelorette, they were talking about where they're going to live, which was a problem with The Bachelor because they broke up because they were in 2 different states, like on the other side of the country. So that's the only show that has really kept hope alive. But mind you, that hope is... Maybe you find your person the second time around, which is crazy. And then the only other show that I enjoyed, because even though it was drama, but it was still felt heartfelt. It was still felt more heartfelt than Love is Blind US, was Love is Blind UK. But again, it was series 1. And I think when you have the first series of a format, even if it's in a new country, I just feel like there's so much more integrity to it because there is more hope. And people are not aware of, well, I know it's different with Love is Blind where we are now, but people are not aware of how it will be. And I think that's where you were able to see at least some, that you felt there were some authentic relationships and connections, which I have not felt for majority of the series that we've watched this year, which is crazy. Yeah, I just wanted to put out there.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah.
I think, that sums it up really.
But we need to keep hope alive.
I think we should write this year off, to be honest.
Keep hope alive in 2025.
Start all over again.
Start again.
What are we watching next week? Should we watch Rivals?
Oh yes, we
I'll finish it.
Yeah, we'll finish it and then we'll talk about it. That's perfect.
We're going to talk about our favourite sex scenes.
We're not going to do
We're going to rank them.
Yeah, let's not do that. But
Top to bottom.
Do I have to rewatch it? That's a lot.
I don't know. Maybe you don't.
No, I may have watched a couple
I'm sure
episodes.
you'll be more than happy to go back and see some people in it.
Whatever. I maybe change my mind. Maybe I won't see David Tennant.
It's too late.
Definitely won't be seeing Aidan Turner.
It's on the pod now.
Maybe, whatever.
So
I'm sorry, Doctor Who, David Tennant. Yeah.
Let's go before Shoshanna starts waxing philosophical about David Tennant again. This has been...
Okay, so this go on.
This has been Scripts and Giggles with Shoshanna
and Marnie.
Yay!
What the hell?
Spooky.
It really is. Oh my god.
Goodbye.
See ya. Bye.